Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How do you do? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to another segment of In My Element with Neila. Yeah, my hair look crazy though. Oh, it just still lifted up right there. Ah! Welcome to another segment of In My Element with Neila. Hey, look, everybody. It's like I can see my hair. Right? See, I'm looking at myself, right? And to me, it just looks like my hair is like it's like spotted. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And I know I colored my hair, right? I had to look again. Oh my God. Welcome back to another segment of In My Element with who? Neila. And guess what? You guys are in here. Hey, Ben. Good morning. Somebody took my computer, but I got it back with the GPS tracker. Oh, yeah, we did miss you, Ben. You know we did. Because listen, I was just talking about you the other day. I said, I got to reach out to Ben. And then I didn't know how to reach out to you on Facebook or anything. I was like, I'm looking at his picture, but it don't look the same on Facebook. So I know how to reach out to you because there's a few Ben ends and one of them in Germany. So I was watching their horses yesterday. I was looking at their little feed. I was like, wow, these are nice. Whoever that Ben is in Germany, they got some beautiful horses, Ben. Oh my God. Oh my God. Gorgeous. And so, yeah, I fell in love. I was watching their page for a while. I was like, ooh, I wish I was over there. Yeah, they got some gorgeous horses. Good morning, Yvette, Bobby, Karen Dickerson. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Yes, everybody, listen. We have a great guest. We have two guests this morning. Yes, it's going to be off the chain. Hey, busy mama, moo. Hey, busy. Look, Ben's here. Yay! We miss you, Ben. We really did miss you. Frugal even spoke about you this morning. Like, I ain't seen Ben in a while. And I started putting in the text, but I was working out. And that, yeah, I told what's your name the other day. I said, well, I hadn't seen Ben in a minute. Online. I said, I haven't seen Ben. He's like, he was there the other day. I said, he was not there the other day. I know. He was there Monday, but he wasn't there the other days. So I said, I've been missing Ben a few days. Ben, we had a great show yesterday with Self-Made Millionaire. Actually, he was my old boss from when I was in door-to-door sales. So if you can go back and watch it today, it's phenomenal. He had some great he made some great statements about just growing, basically, just building yourself up and just staying focused and doing you and getting to what you love in life. So go back and watch it if you can. It was really nice. Busy, you better stop playing. Yeah, I was though. But in grade school, not so much in high school. I was in not theater class, not even in a class, but I did a lot of performing in grade school on stage. I sang a lot. I used to sing really well. I was a top soprano, but over the years from smoking, I used to smoke cigarette. Over the years from smoking, my voice changed. So I would have to go into an extreme vocal training. Yes, I would. Hey, Bonnie, good morning. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Can't wait for tomorrow, Bonnie. As a matter of fact, Michael coming in today. He told me yesterday he's coming in today. So can't wait for tomorrow on the show. Yeah. Because he told me he was going to set aside our seats. I said, Michael, he said, listen, you better text me, girl, and let me know you on your way. I said, okay. He said, hold my front seat. Look, hold my front row seat. Okay. And that's how the COLYAR clan get down. So in my element, peeps, listen, this is my In My Element with Neila Club and the COLYAR clan. And so we the CCCs, we're the CCCCs, the Cool Colored Clan Club. Boop. But actually, we can't say cool color, but we can't say cool color clan club because we all colors coming into the clans, right? From the Michael Collier clan, and we all colors coming into the club, the In My Element club, all colors. That means, yeah, cool colored clan club, the cool colored clan club. That's it. That be us. Boom. You heard it here first on In My Element with Neila. Let everybody look. We got some exciting. We have some exciting guests this morning. Two guests coming in board. One is actually in the UK. And so he's going to be coming on board with us later in the later part of the day. Later part of the morning on the show. They are 6 hours ahead of us right now. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon there. And he's probably working because he is a business. He's he and another friend, I think, or either a couple friends are business owners. And so I can't go in too further because I want to leave it open for him to explain what he does. As you guys know, the show is raw. This is definitely In My Element with Neila raw. There is no pre-rehearsed scripts or anything. Okay, we just do it. In the story, morning glory. Baby, that's how it rock. And that's how it roll. Boop. Thought I'd let you know that. So let's see what's going on here. What? Why are these people talking on my phone? They just started talking. I mess with the phone. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Teresa. Yes, it is a great day. Hey, Alma. Good morning. Bonnie's in the house. Alma's in the house. Ben's in the house. Oh my God, I'm loving this. Marjorie. Well, of course, Marjorie's in the house. Marjorie's my assistant. And so, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You know what, Busy Mama, if I go back into vocal training, I do come from a very artistic family that sung. My mother used to be with the Wooten Choral Ensemble and all, and they were also in groups and stuff. I was in a group, but I just couldn't travel with them. My mom was like, I don't think you're going nowhere at the age of 15, thinking you could travel with a group of men. So maybe she helped to blow my chance, but then again, all things happen in the honor of where God wanted to go anyway. So, nothing happens by happenstance, and all things happen for a reason. And so there it is. I couldn't go. Who knows? I probably wouldn't be sitting there right now. I'd probably be in Hollywood. Hollywood. Da, 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 Hollywood. Da, 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 Hollywood. Hollywood. It's all good if you go to Hollywood. I'll stick to my day job. Teresa, step on in and take over for me, sister. Definitely. We're gonna let Teresa take over and finish this one off, okay? Because I think I'm gonna stick to the backside. Oh my God. Yes, just thinking about singing and all. Because let me see. Whoa, I can't even hit it. Whoa, I'm hoarse. Y'all hear my hoarseness, right? That's because I was outside. I was yelling yesterday, talking to a neighbor from way across the other side of the highway. Not the highway. It seemed like the highway, the alley, And it was like, hey, we talking. And next thing you know, later in the evening, last night, I was so hoarse. I was like, oh my God. But guess what? We ain't going to waste no time. Go get your coffee. Go get your tea. And come on back and join me because we getting ready to get started with this party, baby. Here it go, and here it is. In that order. Yes, indeed. Good job. Because it is what? It is definitely your world. Y'all better stop playing and act like it is and go out there and get what you know that you deserve. It belongs to you. It belongs to you. But you got to act like it do. And you got to go out there and get it. End of story. Boom. Everybody, let me go through the readings real quick. Our guest is here. As you guys can see, I'm still hoarse. Let's see. But Teresa, yes, buddy, Martin, let's go. Get in there. Oh, girl, you're so funny. Hey, Yvette, good morning. Hey, Anthony, good morning, darling. How are you? Thank you for joining me this morning. Yes. I do that every day. Anthony, I do that every day. But Yvette is crazy. She said it's nothing. You got that right. Hey, happy birthday to Bonnie's mom. She just turned 66 today. Hey, happy birthday to Bonnie's mom. Happy birthday to Bonnie's mom. Happy birthday to Bonnie's mom. Boop. Everybody, you know the spice of life is something we read from every morning, and the apples of gold. So this morning from the spice of life, these are nuggets of wisdom. And you know, sometimes you need that grounding in your life. So here it is. God without man is still God. Boop. But man without God, nothing. I gotta just let you know about that one, okay? He said, God without man is still God, but man without God is nothing. Y'all better ask somebody. Apples of gold, wisdom of nuggets, biblical truths from the book of Proverbs. Here we go. Money may not go as far as it used to, but we have just as much trouble getting it back. You remember how you just give your money away? Like, oh, I gotta get that back. No, you ain't gonna get that money back. Now, it might not even go far. Y'all already know a dollar don't go nowhere. I mean, it might go around a corner and then stop and remember that it ain't enough. So it goes back. Or either go around the corner, stop, no, it ain't, and no, it's not enough. And it'll just stand there waiting on a bus to come up. Y'all get it? Waiting on the bus, the little school bus. Yeah, just got it. I know that. Everybody, let's say prayer and bring our guests on board right now. That's right, busy mama. Everybody, first of all, I want you guys to hit that thumbs up. Go out and hit that thumbs up, or go out when you go out, hit that thumbs up, because all those likes help me out a lot. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow me on Facebook under In My Element with Neila. And also click that bell icon for notifications so that when I go live, you don't miss none of this good old stuff, honey. Look, that's right. So click that bell icon. Plus, it helps me out with my number ratings. Yes, indeed, it does. And guess what? It ain't gonna cost you a dime. It's totally free. Yeah, so click the bell icon for notifications, click the subscribe, and hit that thumbs up. Boop! Gotcha. So I am busting out in the sweat. Y'all already know I work out every morning. Me and Frugal Mama of boys and Busy Mama and all of us. Hey, Linda. All right. We work out every morning. Bobby, good morning. The bus over there with the star on it, Merch Special. That's the one I'm talking about. In that. Everybody, let's pray. As you guys know, when we pray, what do? We inhale a full breath. And that way it's coming from the base of your stomach all the way up to your chest. You'll feel it. But what you're doing, you're inhaling some good old clean oxygen without the obstruction of a mask on your face. Unless you out in the public right now, keep that mask on, okay? But that's not a permanent thing anyway. But keep the mask on if you're out in the public and all. But otherwise, inhale a good fresh breath, hold it 10 seconds, meditate on anything positive that you would love to come into fruition today. Just one thing. Because you know what? We overload our plates with so much sometimes. If you focus on one thing, complete that, get it done, you're doing good. And then start writing down a list of what it is you have to accomplish throughout the day, the night prior. That way you can cross it off as you go about it. And you feel like, yes, accomplishment made. You feel like you just ran past it and ran through the finish line. Boop, because you got it all done. But we only want to focus on one thing. So let's inhale, let's pray, okay? Focus on one thing, and then we're going to exhale, and then we're going to pray. I suffered till I met a herbal doctor called Dr. Kudera. I tried all possible means to get, okay, Damian Sampson, okay, you suffering from herpes? Okay, we gonna pray for you too, Damien. Okay, all right, okay. So everybody, let's inhale a full breath, shall we? Let's start. Hold it. Exhale. Heavenly Father, thank you for another brand new day, Lord. Thank you for waking us up this morning in our right minds, in good health and in good strength. Heavenly Father, we come to you today and we ask that you go before us, opening the doors that we need to walk through. Give us the words to speak to someone today to lift them up, Heavenly Father, for those who are downtrodden right now. Heavenly Father, we also ask that you enlighten our lives with love, more laughter, more life, more giving and living. And we also ask that you cover and protect our family members, our pets, our places of employment, and our businesses. And cover those who are out there also contemplating harm onto other people. They need help, Lord, but they know no better. So we ask that you cover and protect them and also change their mindset. Yes, flip it to the positive side and to doing something constructive and assisting someone and instead of trying to hurt and harm somebody. So we ask for these things in Jesus' name. Lord, as we go about our day, also, I ask that you cover Damian Sampson with the blood, protecting him and keeping him well and all, and heal him, Heavenly Father, for whatever it is that's going on within his life right now. We ask that you do these things for all people all over the world, healing, encouragement, lifting, guiding and directing and delivering. Oh, hallelujah. We just ask for all these things in the name of Jesus. And we say, amen, amen, amen. So everybody, we want to bring our guest on this morning. We got a couple of people coming on this morning, but the one that's coming on right now, she is from the dental office that I attend and go to. I'm a client, a customer, a client, a patient, or whatever you want to call me. But I get my services from there. Okay. And the dentist herself is going to be joining us too. Not today, but another day. And I just want to let you guys know it's a phenomenal office. And yes, Linda Shaw, if you need dental work or whatever, this is the one that you need to be watching today. Everybody, let's bring her on. And shall we welcome JAZMIN to the screen? Hey, JAZMIN.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Excellent. How's
Good.
going?
It's going. So JAZMIN, I want to get your name, what your title, what you do, and then we can go from there.
Okay, perfect. I'm JAZMIN, and I'm the clinical manager at my office. So I basically I'm over the back. I'm over all the assistants and the ordering of the office, and then just basically the upkeep and things like that. So that's what I do.
Okay. And then what are your pursuits?
Right now I am currently in school at Chicago State. I'm actually trying to get my bachelor's in business, and then I actually am also going to get a minor in some type of biology, and then I'm going to dental school after that. So that's what I'm doing. And then so until then, that's that's what I'm doing.
So you found your knack.
I'm sorry, you said what?
I said, so you found your knack in life. You
Oh,
found what you like to do.
yeah, dentistry.
Yes, that's and it, of course it shows in that smile. It definitely shows in your smile. So JAZMIN, here's the thing. We're here today and we're talking about dental concerns.
Correct.
And what would you say is the start of everything that a person should know as we go in about this show this morning about dental concerns?
The biggest thing I think that I've seen so far is dental fear and dental anxiety. And and so it's not just in kids, it's in adults too. And
Probably more so in adults than it is in kids.
yes, because kids don't know how dentistry apparently used to be. But dentistry has developed, and I want people to be more aware of what's going on and the opportunities and the things they have available to them. But also just know that, your teeth are supposed to be there forever. Your teeth are not supposed to come out. I think that that's a natural thing and a natural cause. And that's one thing that I'm trying to bring awareness to, just oral hygiene in general, the upkeep of it. You know, if your hygiene isn't up to date, it can affect things like diabetes, blood pressure, things like that. So dental hygiene is something that is a big, like, people to steer away from it, but I think that I need to bring more people to it, because you don't ever know, like, a tooth infection can cause an infection in your brain, cause you die, things like that. I don't, you know, the Black community doesn't know things like that, and so this is, oh Jesus, my Apple Watch. This is why. Uh, some things that I've been bringing awareness to, not only to people that are my age, but then also older Black people as well. And so, yeah, that's what I like people to know.
Because obviously, and you said with Black people, because obviously there is a lack of knowledge within more so the Black community that you've noticed.
Absolutely, there's a lack. You know, I've worked at many different offices. My first office wasn't a predominantly Black office, and so I've worked with many different, you know, walks of life. And so I would notice, you know, people in the white community, and this is just not, I'm not just saying people in the Black community don't do this, but, you know, they come in for their 6 months cleanings. There's rarely any feelings even in their mouth. And it's because this is something that was developed, you know, as a child, and their parents started doing this. And then it just, you know, then they have their kids doing this. And, you know, people, they know, you know, there's sometimes they come in and they know the names of the tooth and like the molar, the canine, the this, that. And I'm like, well, did you go to school or did I? But, yeah.
They come in trying to tell you your job.
Yeah. Y'all, my life. I can show you right now, you know. Like, it's just something. And then, you know, and just on the other end of the spectrum, I have, you know, African Americans come in and like, this tooth hurts, get it pulled, get it out. And then there's more options, you know, crowns. You can do just a simple filling, you know, things like that. And I think that's something that, you know, they should be aware of and know the options that they have available, because just pulling your tooth isn't the only option that we have. It's possible to save the tooth as well. So yeah, that's something that I've noticed, you know, in the past 3 years that I've been doing this. So yeah.
I'll tell you, hey, Kat and Jalen, hey, Kimberly, Mixon, Dixon, and Bobby, and Zelma, good morning. Hey, AKA Breezy. And so, yeah, I'll say this is that, what I'm one that will go to the doctor. It's just now I've noticed that because of the shortages of, the shortage of the insurance, people lost their jobs, they lost their insurance, and to go into that insurance marketplace, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because that's when I came to you guys. I kept having an issue with the lady who checks the insurance thing, right? And I was like, girl, if you don't stop calling me talking about this insurance, like that insurance is my insurance. It covers what I need to have covered right now. And so, but it was so funny. She kept saying, but I said, did you call the office and ask them what is covered? She's like, but Miss Ann, I said, no, did you call the office? And so while she was on the phone, I called the office. And I said, wait a minute, what about this? And they were like, oh no, Miss Adams, your insurance covers such and such. So people are really hesitant about dental work. Hey, Natural Way, they're hesitant about dental work because of the cost. And, you know, a lot of offices don't offer sliding scales, unfortunately. And those offices that do, oh my God, they have waiting lists. I mean, the earliest appointment you can get is like 4 to 6 months out. And it's like by then, either you in pain, if you got pain, or infection, which you said earlier, could also kill you. Yes. So you can get an infection that can poison your whole bloodstream and, you know, and end up in the hospital. Here's the thing. I work out in the mornings with a young lady by the name of Tasharia. And her site is called Frugal Mama of Boys. And we do stretching and stuff like that. One of the things she talks about is if you don't take care of your health, then your health, you know, if you don't take time to take care of your health, then you're going to take time to go into the hospital. You're gonna make time for the hospital and all that kind of stuff, or funeral home, because a lot of people don't realize the deadliness of having periodontal disease or disease within your mouth, period. But the money is where the problem lies. It's the money of being able to pay for that, or getting the insurance, which can be exclusively expensive.
Yes.
You know, monthly premiums are so, it's just, I mean, ridiculous.
Yes. And so I actually was the whole office manager before I became the clinical manager. And so, yeah, I actually was working on insurances. And so I do know the complication it is, and how frustrating it could be working with insurances, because different offices don't take certain insurances, especially HMO insurances. And so there's three type of insurances. And so this is just something, it's just some little knowledge that I'm going to go ahead and give. There's three type of insurances. You have Medicaid, Medicare, the government insurance, something that's given to you. It's free of charge. Then you have HMO. HMO is an insurance. They don't pay out a lot, if that makes sense. So, and they also they choose your doctor. So you would go through your insurance provider. You would tell them, oh, I like this doctor. Assign you a doctor. So that doctor is the only doctor that will get paid for the work that's done. And then then you have a PPO insurance. PPO insurances are typically insurances that you get through your job. Sometimes they're personal insurances, but they're the ones that's the most expensive to get, right, and to come across. But the PPO insurances is a universal insurance, basically. So you can go anywhere with a PPO insurance, and you can get any type of work, not any type of work done, but the amount done. And I think everybody has a $2,000 limit or $2,500 limit, depending on the PPO. But you can go get the work done at the office. You'll have less of a patient portion and things like that. I myself had actually struggled, because my dad, he's a Chicago police officer, and the city of Chicago had offered HMO insurances for both dental and medical. So with that being said, over the years, they seen that we can't do anything with HMO insurance. So the city of Chicago they made it possible that we could have HMO medical and PPO dental. And so when we finally got PPO dental, my mom, my dad, everybody was able to start going to different offices. But before getting PPO, it was extremely hard to find a good dentist. And that's the big woo. Like, I need a good dentist, not even just a good dentist, but a dentist that's going to actually do the work that I asked them to do and not nickel and dime me. And that's one of the biggest concerns in the community right now. Not in the community, but in the field itself. Everybody's worried about getting nickel and dime. And I think that my office does an excellent job with trying to explain the treatment first before we even tell you how to pay and what to pay.
Yep, you do.
Yeah. And then even then, I'll try to do my best, my due diligence in the back. And I'll try to help my assistants try to explain why the work is needed, so that you know that we're not here to nickel and dime you, but just to help you. Because some offices, and I'm just going to call a spade that I've worked at, you have a silver crown. I mean, not a silver. Yeah, you have a silver crown. You maybe even amalgam filling. Amalgam's ugly. It's silver. Nobody wants it in your mouth. But that doesn't mean that the filling is necessarily bad. Unless there's some type of decay under the tooth, unless the amalgam is starting to fall apart or break down, there's no need to replace the filling. But some offices would be like, you need a white filling. You have an amalgam, you need a white filling. So now you're being charged for a filling you don't necessarily need. You know what I'm saying? And so that's some cases. So I don't want it to be like people come in, going to the office like, I got an amalgam filling and I know that filling's good and blah, 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 blah. You should take into consideration what the doctor is saying, but also ask the doctor to show you on the x-ray. Like, can you show me where the decay is on the x-ray? You have that option, because it's your mouth. Get the education that you need from the doctor, from the people that you're getting the services from. You are able to ask questions. And if at any point you feel that they're getting irritated with you, find a new office. Find a new office. They don't have to take your money. Like, go somewhere else that's willing to educate you. And another thing, even with Medicare and Medicaid, those patients are, I want to say, mistreated. There we go. I want to say they're mistreated. Not at every office, but some offices. One of my first offices, specifically, it was like a joke around the office. Oh, they're a Medicaid patient, or they're a Medicare patient. And unfortunately, that's the insurance that we have in our community. A lot of people have it because they don't think
Yeah.
that it's a necessity to have dental insurance. So you just go through the government or however you do it, and then you have that insurance. But you don't even know that as you're walking through the door, they're already prejudging you because you have Medicaid and Medicare. You have the
Yeah.
and it's the craziest thing in the world. My office doesn't take Medicare and Medicaid right now, so I'm not specifically talking about them. um, uh, but there's an office that I was at maybe 2 or so years ago.
Mhm.
And there wasn't even a lot of representation for us in there. It was me and one other Black girl that worked there. And so we would just kind of give each other the side eye, like, is that a
Mhm.
we're having right now? And then, or it'll be like, oh, they have Medicare, they don't have the money for this crown. So we could just go ahead and pull the tooth. We don't even have to give them the option for the crown. We're not going to give them any other option because they're going to want to pull the tooth. I'm going to tell you, through the door, Medicare, they pay for your tooth to get pulled free of charge, dentures free of charge. But that's not what you need necessarily, and I'm trying to steer people away from that, because once you take those dentures out and your cheeks sink, are you going to really be happy with the way your mouth? Because people's teeth or cheeks tend to sink, as their facial structure changes as they lose teeth. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to steer people away from that. So yeah, so Medicare and Medicaid is not the specific way to go, basically.
Right. Don't sound like it. And I'll be honest, I have had it myself. And I really couldn't get really much of anything done. I was able to get a basic cleaning. And I was able to get a tooth pulled.
Exactly.
But cavity filling, I don't think they do that. They don't really try to help you save your teeth,
Yeah.
period. It's
Period.
all about snatching them all out.
Yeah, and I think Medicaid, if I'm not mistaken, they may pay for 2 fillings a year. And you have 32 teeth in your mouth.
Is that how many I got?
Yeah,
Without the ones that's gone.
without the ones that's gone, about 32 teeth, which is what you're supposed to have. So yeah, so paying for 2 fillings, what is that going to do? How is that going to help? But then
Yeah.
also, like, even trying to get to the point where we wouldn't even necessarily need fillings, as long as
Right.
you're taking care of your oral hygiene at home, you're coming in for your 6-month cleanings, you don't necessarily even need cleanings,
Yeah.
I mean, not need fillings. You don't necessarily need fillings or have your tooth pulled. There's some cases that things are unavoidable, like your wisdom teeth. Maybe your wisdom teeth are growing in, and then so
Yeah. I
pulled.
just had mine pulled last year too. So
Yes.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was giving me in I was catching the fruits in October. I was sitting here actually doing my show, and it's so much pain. People didn't even really know. And I was like, well, y'all, my tooth is killing me. And then after a minute, I was talking and I was like, oh, I have got to get to the dentist. I'm having problems with the tooth. And they were like, yeah, get to the dentist in the comments and stuff. As a matter of fact, talking about comments, let me go to the comments and see some of this stuff here that's going on. They said JAZMIN is a beautiful young lady. Great smile. I know, right? Look at those teeth. And she said, Zelma, who's in North Carolina, and she's a licensed clinical therapist. She said, I can't afford it. Being an independent contractor, because she's her own,
Mm-hmm.
trying to look into dental, and excuse me, excuse me, they want way too much money I don't have. And AKA Breezy Dion said, you can't go most places if you don't have PPO, and that's sad. And Kimberly said, I have MetLife, and I have heard that a lot of offices don't take MetLife. And yeah, you might want to look into that, Kimberly.
MetLife, depending on what it is, MetLife does have a PPO, but they also have HMO, and they also do have a Medicare branch. So you just have to specifically know what type of MetLife you have. I do know for a fact that we take a MetLife insurance at my office. It's the PPO one. I'm not sure which one she has, but we do take PPO MetLife at my office. So if you want to come over here, see me.
Right. And so what is the name of your office where you are, Jasmine?
Right now, I'm at Dental Art Specialist. There's one in Evanston, and then there's one on 91st and Western. Yeah.
So Dental Art Specialist, Linda Shaw, Dental Art Specialist, which is located at 9127 Southwestern Avenue in Chicago.
Yeah.
So 9127, actually, the dentist there, Dr. Sharice Thompson, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I had a beautiful experience when I was there with you guys last week. And I love and believe it or not, she's my first dentist outside of going to where I was going over here at Family Dental on Cicero, right?
Yeah.
Further west of you, 91st, but on Cicero.
Yeah.
And Family Dental, but they're not covered fully. They're not fully vested in to the insurance that I have. And I do have a dental, what's the name of that crap? I got AARP.
Yeah.
See, sisters. So I got the AARP insurance. Zelma, you ain't old enough for AARP, I don't think. But when you are, go through them and get your insurance. But in the meantime, I want to share this with people. Also, hey, we also have, where's she at? I just seen her in here. PM Nicola, she's a military. She's fully retired from the military. Her husband is still, I think, active still right now for a couple more years. And then they'll both be retired and they're married and their children are definitely covered. So she's blessed. But she did say, thank God I am rated 100% retired. You know, all right, DV, baby, disabled veteran. She said, all of my medical and dental are covered. And that is a blessing. Yes. And Zelma said, so true. And only option is to pull your teeth. Zelma said again, I wish they would change the veteran requirements to receive dental care. If you don't have 100% disability, they only give you a pull option after they do all this mess to your mouth while you are in. Hi, Kia. How are you, Kia Olive? And Karen, hey, Karen, there's my silent partner over there. Karen just got in. And Zelma said, if you don't retire, you have nothing. If you don't retire from the military, you have nothing. And that's sad. Whoa, Zelma, that's interesting to know that. Wow, really? And so I got to also take a moment to say, hello, Drew. I see you in the audience out there. I see you in the green room. Just want to let you know there's some eggs and coffee and toast and stuff back there. So help yourself. I'll be bringing you on in a few. And Crossbull said, been in, we did. Neila and I were just talking about you. We were wondering where you had been. That's who I was talking about you with, Ben. And so you couldn't imagine. Yeah. But yeah, Zelma, that is amazing. And Nicola, that's awesome that you do have 100% coverage. And also her husband is still active. So that's also helpful too. If she didn't, her husband's active and his active duty will cover them, if I'm not mistaken, 100%, as long as he's active. If he leaves early, then he doesn't get the full 100% coverage. And that's such a screw up to think about. Our military men and women go into the military, give of themselves and their lives, freely, got connected family members that love them dearly, and they get shipped off, to Afghanistan and all that, and these crazy wars going on, and and then you come out after 11 years or 13 years or something because you really ready to come out, and you're not going to get 100% coverage. Correct. Unless they
lose arm or leg.
Yeah, I was just going to say unless you lose an arm or a leg in the middle, and that's sad. That's sad, but that's the way our world treats us, and it's sad that we have to succumb to this kind of crap in order to get service. One thing I will suggest to people, though, there is an alternative to dental as well as vision, and that is the Care Credit card.
Yes.
Care Credit,
Yes.
which is it's like a credit card. They're going to give you,
medical as well. So
yeah, it covers medical, dental, vision. It covers, guess what else it covers? Stapling your stomach and everything. You can go get breast enhancements and all of that. Y'all might see a different talk show host next month. Just kidding. But just get the Care Credit card. Zelma, that might be a card you might want to look into, because a lot of dentists do take it and a lot of vision places take it. But check with your area first, Zelma, before you apply for it, because basically what it is a credit card. They will probably hit your credit to offer it to you. I'm certain they will, because it's reported, because it was on my credit report. But it will get in whatever they give you. They're going to give you a limit, and whatever that limit is, that's what you can use. And then you'll be able to use that, or either they approve you or something for $2,500 or whatever at the dentist office. But that's just the dentist office. They still might give you another credit for the eye office, the optometrist office, and for the medical office, your clinics that you go to. So look into the Care Credit card, because you guys take it, right?
Yeah, we do take the Care Credit card at my office. And then also with Care Credit, they give you a certain amount of time to pay it without interest rates.
Yes.
I want to say 6 months, maybe 12 months.
It depends on the amount. It depends on the amount. Yeah, because I had a whole year to pay mine off for, it was like $1,200 and something. I was getting, I had a root canal and a cap and all, and mine was like $1,200. And so, yeah, it had a whole year and without interest. And so you can't beat that. Yeah. You can't beat it. It's a great choice. And if nobody right close to you, Zelma, don't take it, look outside or call Care Credit or go on Care Credit and on their website, carecredit.com, and look to see what qualifying offices are within your area. Mm-hmm. And that way you'll know, and then you can apply.
Perfect.
But it's a great alternative to having insurance or having no insurance. It's a great alternative to that. So to not having insurance at all. So you might want to look into that. That's for anyone out here. Care Credit, it is a national card. It might be global, I don't know, but I know it's national. Sure. Because I've used it.
Card, if I'm not mistaken. I think card on there. I think it's like a MasterCard.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so I think that's global.
And then,
so just be aware of your options that you have available. You can call any type of insurance and ask them what type of premiums they have, and then also ask them their waiting periods. You also want to know their enrollment periods as well, so you know when you can enroll for that insurance. And you can get insurance by yourself. You don't have to have a job necessarily to get insurances for the one that's a private contractor. You have Delta Dental, and it can be Delta Dental Illinois. You can have regular Delta Dental Minnesota, Missouri. You can go all over the globe really with Delta Dental.
And you can. And I had Delta Dental through AARP, but I had Delta Dental through my job that I lost last year due to pandemic. And that's where the hiccup came with the office, the lady in the office for you guys. She kept telling me, no, they said you ain't covered at all. And I'm like, no, they said you had this work done last year. I said, sweetie, I got a whole new insurance. I said, sweetie, you not listening to me. I got a whole new insurance.
Yeah.
And so she checked it out. So definitely. And Zelma said that info is so needed. Yes, and definitely it is. Do you have to have good credit, Linda? No, I don't know. I didn't have a job when I got it. When I got Care Credit, I didn't have a job.
Insurances.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
They don't have credit for insurances, but if you're speaking of the Care Credit card, I wouldn't say that you could have terrible credit, but okay credit, they'll be able to, depending on the amount, one would if they approve you or not. It's not necessarily because if it's a huge amount and you have bad credit, of course, it's just like everything else. You won't be able to get it. But if it's a small amount, depending on what it is, you should be able to receive the card. Yeah, so you don't have to have extremely good credit.
Right, right. No, I didn't have. I wasn't even working. Let me look in the chat for a second and say, okay. And so let me look here. They say, let me see here. A couple more questions, and I got to bring in my new guest, my other guest in here. PMS say loose. You don't have to lose. You don't have to lose a limb. To be rated 100%. She said, you don't have to lose a limb for the military to be rated 100%. Thank God for that one. PM Nicola said, we have to we have to have a copay. Yeah, it's eggs in the green room, Daybreak. And so she say, I'm going to look into Zelma said, I'm going to look into that stat. And so Zelma, you might want to go back and look into your military stuff. Also, Zelma, I got somebody that you can connect with that helps people to get all of their benefits that they should be getting. He helps people do that. So I'm gonna hook you up with him. And I went to school with him from first grade all the way up. So we real good friends. And he's a retired Marine. And that's what he does.
And just know that you do have the option to call your own insurance for yourself and ask them what the percentage they're covering things at. Because insurance is like basic, which is basically like cleanings, your x-rays, and like what else would be considered anything that's preventative in order to prevent you from having to do treatment is should be covered at 100%. By most insurances, but you can also go and talk to your insurance company and basically just ask them, you know, what what is it how what at what percentage do you cover this procedure, and you can even do like go further into the conversation of getting your treatment plan from the doctor or from the dentist, and then they should have little ADA codes from and then you should be able to use those ADA codes to ask the insurance. So here's the code that they're saying that I need. At what percentage do you cover this code at? And then they'll be able to let you know from there how much they'll pay out or how much they'll consider paying out for that code. Um, Maybe it'll be 50%, maybe it'll be 80%. It fluctuates all the time, so you'll never really know who or how much they actually are paying. But you have the ability to call them. It doesn't matter what insurance it is. And then there's a number on the back of your insurance card. And then they'll ask you for either your member ID or your social security number. If you don't have your member ID, you can use your social security number, and then your date of birth, and they'll be able to find you that way. And then you'll also be able to find if you're active or inactive. Always know if you're active upon going to the doctor. Don't ever go to the doctor and then be like, they'll let you know that you're active. Find out yourself, because then you'll get these random bills that you don't need necessarily. And
Yeah.
that's what I have been noticing, because they'll expect your insurance to pay out. We're expecting your insurance to pay out. You're expecting your insurance to pay out. But when your insurance doesn't pay out, it falls on you. So please know if you're active upon going to any type of doctor with your insurance, so that you don't have these extreme medical bills. Because medical bills do end up on your credit eventually if you don't pay them out. So just be mindful of that, and do your own work, do your due diligence. I do have a little thing coming up. If you do have any questions, I have an Instagram page right now, and then I am working on a website for the Black community specifically, to be able to find insurances. Not find insurances, find doctors or dentists that take their insurances through the website. The website's up and it's getting developed. So I'll wait until I have everything up and ready to be able to present the website.
And I would like to bring you back when you get it up and ready. Let me know. I would like to bring you back so we can also render that information to our viewers as well.
Perfect. And I do have the Instagram page up right now. Yes. It would be getting GETTING to the roots. So just TOTHEROOT, and then shy. So CHI. So that's the Instagram page.
The whole word, getting to the roots shy. And that's your IG page.
That is my Instagram page. And so basically that page was created specifically for people to be able to ask me any type of questions about dentistry. Yeah. So this is my dental page.
Awesome. Oh, you guys see it right there. Let me see a couple more questions, and then we got to bring my other guest on because he does have a business to run. Kimberly said, I am looking to get information on dental implants. Well, Kimberly, you guys take MetLife, right?
My mentor does implants, not necessarily at my office. So if you follow my Instagram, and then it's one word, so it's one big word, not spaced out. But if you follow my Instagram page, I'll be able to hook you up with my mentor. He's also a Black man, Dr. Chris Isabel. He's a phenomenal doctor. So if you ever, I have tons of doctors everywhere, to be honest, that does a little bit of everything, and then they are within our community. And so if anybody has any questions, you'll be able to reach me there. And then I'll be dropping content today on my off day. I'll be dropping content today just to basically, every week I'll have some type of different content. I'll have a star doctor of the week. Of course, there'll be, because the reason for the Instagram is basically to just bring awareness to the Black community, and also shine light on our Black dentists that we do have here. There's about Black dentists. There's 2% of 2% of dentists are Black. So it's hard to find them. It's hard to find them. So this page should assist then. And then also my website, once I get it up and running, will also be able to assist there as well. And then the website will have different type of insurances up as well, so that you'll know what insurance that doctor takes and what insurance the doctor doesn't take before arriving to that office. And then they'll be able to give, because we love reviews, they'll be able to give reviews on the site, so that we know how the doctor is. And so that's really it, you know?
Yeah. And Zelma said, do you help in all areas or just locally?
I do have some people that are out of state, some Black dentists that are out of state. So I can work in all areas. Right now, specifically the web page, well, not the web page, will be for Chicago, specifically because I have more of a connect in Chicago with the Black community. But I have people everywhere. So yeah, I'll be able to help you wherever you want. But specifically, it is for Chicago. But I do have the knowledge to go outside of Chicago.
Because a lot of times they all know other people who have graduated from here, the same school, and have left and gone to other states. And they always normally have a network of their people that they went to school with and everything. So yeah, that's really good. Bobby, I'm feeling one. Okay, good. And Crossbull said, let me see, and that's it. Bobby said there's a particular company who wanted to take out Sam's teeth, which is her husband, and the dentist, before even seeing me, said that they're going to have to take out my teeth too. Needless to say, we didn't stay there. Don't sound like a dentist you want to stay at to me either. Getting to the root, she said, is brilliant. That's a brilliant thing. So Zelma's in North Carolina. She's in the Triad area. So the Triad, that's TRIAD. Area in North Carolina. Otherwise, everybody get with JAZMIN on Instagram at Getting to the Roots Shy.
No S. Getting to the Root Shy.
Oh my God! Wait a minute! Oh my God! Oh! Wait a minute! I got to get that off of there. Getting to the root. Getting to the root. Oh, I am so sorry. Yeah, that ain't nothing like having something that you cannot find.
And it's our roots as Black people. So that's where that name came from. So getting to the root. Absolutely.
Getting to the root. Awesome. Thank you so much, JAZMIN, for coming on board with us this morning. And tell Dr. Thompson the email, she gave me another email. I'm like, she still ain't paying attention. I know she's so busy because
we're all busy. We're all busy.
Know.
Like I say, I close my eyes, I wake up, I'm at work.
Exactly. So tell her to watch her email because I'm trying to connect with her. But she did send me a phone number, so I will call her.
Yeah, go ahead and give her a call. I reach her best by texting her. That's what we do. We text in the dental field. We text and reps everything. We texting, so that's what we do.
Okay, I certainly will. Thank you so much once again. God bless you, and I look forward to having you come back when you get that page set up.
We'll be in contact, Ms. Neila, of course.
I know, because I'll be at the office in another week. Hey, everybody, that's JAZMIN for you guys. And it is Instagram, Getting to the Root Shy. Yes. And contact her there, and you guys can stay there with her there. Words you have used. He said he loves to play on words you've used, Jasmine, our next guest. And so God bless you. Have a great rest of your day. Tell everybody in the office I said bye and tell them to watch this and subscribe.
Of course.
Definitely. Definitely. Have a great rest of your day, Jasmine.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Oh, everybody, it is man, I just wait till the dentist come on. Let me tell you, she is so informative. She is fun. I walked out of there. I said in my car, I said, this is just what I did, y'all. I walked out of that office last week because this is my first time going to them. I had to change dentists because the other dentist, I couldn't use my insurance there, but because my insurance they're not fully vested into that insurance, that plan. I said, no, because that's more money coming out of my pocket. So I had to go somewhere where they're vested in. And so I was like, oh, after I left out of that office, after I met the dentist and everything, and she checked my teeth and all, she gave me good numbers. She said, your numbers look good, Neila. I was like, for real? She said, yeah. I was like, wow, I ain't got no teeth back here. She said, that's okay. I said, there's 2 right here missing because I got a partial right here. And she said, that's fine, but your numbers look good. Great. The good thing about it, I sat in my car and I had a great sigh of relief. You know why? I said, thank you, God. She is a phenomenal dentist. She is thorough. She explains everything to you guys. And anyone in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois that's close to the city of Chicago, if you can make it over there to 9127 Southwestern, by all means do. She is phenomenal, Dr. Sharice Thompson, and she will be a guest on the show soon. Everybody, in the meantime and in between time, we got another guest. We got one from the UK. Yes. What's happening, Drew?
How you doing? You all right?
I'm doing fantabulous now that you're here.
Thank you for having me on, Neila.
I got a master. Hold on. I gotta do this here. I got to do this here. Let me get to you. I'm gonna give you your name. He's Tales of the Nook. Master poet. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Tales of the Nook.
That's very kind. That's very kind.
Yes, indeed. Tales of the Nook, master poet he is. Everybody, let's welcome Drew to the stage. And let me take her off. There we go. Drew, please introduce yourself for us so people can know who you are.
So my name is Drew. I'm a huge fan of words, lover of stories. Me and my very good friend Michael, who is at SquareSpecs, is his Instagram handle. When the world went crazy, art kept us sane, basically. And during lockdown, we were trying to think of ways to keep ourselves going, but also deal with kind of mental health or any kind of, dark thoughts you may be dealing with. We created Tales of the Nook based on a time in our lives when we used to work together. We used to go to this pub called The Nook, and we had all these little creative ideas. We had this computer game idea, this app that we wanted to create, and it would actually raise money for the homeless. So the idea is that whenever people would make money through the game, a percentage of that would go to charities. But unfortunately, the irony is it cost millions to make the game. And we obviously didn't. We were just a couple of, ushers in a theater. But it's nice to have big dreams. And hopefully one day we can return to that to help. So we created Tales of the Nook, and I came up with these ideas for poems. And growing up, I always loved pictures in books and words, and I thought they work so well in unison. So this incredible artist, Michael, I said, would you come on board and create the artwork for these poems? And he was like, yeah, I'd love to. And then we created a little Instagram page because, again, we wanted to release a book, and it was a percentage of the book would go to mental health or suicide awareness charities. So the idea that you could buy a book that you'd have on your coffee table or your shelf, but you're actually giving towards an incredible cause, beyond ourselves, helping others that are, dealing with a lot of darkness, or people that feel, giving words to the silenced in a sense through poetry, I guess, and then trying to break stigmas with words, and in particular mental health that has that kind of stigma label attached to it,
Mhm. And you know, believe it or not, and like you said, dark. Believe it or not, there is a lot of mental illness going on right now, Drew, and that's what my degree is in, actually, in mental health.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I just leave my house, and mind you, I'm in the city proper, Chicago. It is metropolitan, and it has all kind of issues right now with crime, and and I just don't understand. It's like people have really lost their minds, their touch. They've lost sight of what life is really all about, and it's some people feel like it's the end of the world if they lose their jobs. And you should not stake claim into anything that is not permanent and definite, because no job is secure. No, to say the job isn't secure, your house isn't secure, if you ask me. And your body and your mind isn't secure if you don't guard it up and take care of it, and protect it at all costs. And a lot of people lose it. They give up. That's the problem. They give up. They give up on hope and everything. And that's where the problem starts. Then the deterioration of the brain, the mind starts going, because they have they have nothing. The blinders have been taken off. I mean, the blinders have been put on. So now they have narrow vision. So they don't get a chance to really see a broader picture of things that can go on good in their lives. All they see is the gloom in their lives, and they sink from that gloom, and it's sad. But I witness it every day. I walk out of my house. I can walk down the street and see it, and people just it's just see the lost in their eyes. You can see when people are just absent through their eyes, because the eyes shout with the mouth dare not reveal. But so I applaud you and you all over there for doing what you're doing. In the UK, because homelessness should not be anywhere in the world, ever, with billionaires and all. That's there should not be one homeless person in this world.
That's what I think is crazy about, when you look deeper behind the curtain of the world, and you realize that there's like 12% owns like 80 or 90% of the wealth. Sorry, 12 families even, and you're like, how does that even work? So it means the rest of the world is trying to survive together on the 20% that was left over. So 80% has already gone to the powers, that may be. And then it's like the idea of manipulation. And I think, to be honest though, like, when you heard me do that piece, The Game,
yes,
I think that's why I wrote that. It was the idea that, when I was on Ain't Right Tribes, I think.
Yeah, Ain't Right Tribes on Instagram, everybody.
Yeah, and those guys are amazing. Guys, please check out Ain't Right Tribes. Check them out. Follow them on Instagram. They're amazing.
Yes.
And I can't remember the name of the host who was amazing when I was doing it, unfortunately. But he said something so powerful. He said, why is it in the world, they don't tell us what game it is, so we're having to adapt. They have the rules, but they won't let us look at them either. So we're literally having to play, blind and just adapt to it,
It's like a Russian roulette.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. A metaphorical, Russian roulette for sure. And it's and some people can't handle the game.
Right.
Maybe that is why they lose themselves.
Yeah.
Or interestingly, you were saying about during the lockdown and how people see the world, and a lot of darkness and uncertainty. The funny thing was, me and my friend, we'd set up our own business called Strategic Visual, and things were going well. And then, COVID kind of just pulled the rug from us. But then interestingly, we said, well, how can we use this time? We have time is now our asset. Okay, we might not have money and stability, but we have time. And using that time wisely, we can figure out ways to make our business run smoother, or, we just started to do all the logistics to our business and just, work within your circle of influence. So that's what we did. Well, one thing quickly, Alan Watts. I don't know if you've heard of the amazing Alan Watts, who's a philosopher.
Okay. Yes, I have heard of Alan Watts.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. And he said, this is a beautiful thing, which is still difficult to do. He says, you need to embrace uncertainty, like it's dancing in the rain or something he was saying. The idea that the only thing that is certain in life is uncertainty.
Yeah.
So just embrace.
Yes.
Just embrace.
I came across that on a feed that I picked up from him. I want to say though it was a YouTube feed.
Yeah, it might have been. Just embrace embrace the mad dance of life that is so uncertain. You know, you're sat in the wings of life on a chair and someone tells you to get up and dance. And that's kind of life, really. It's like, I wasn't ready to dance. It's like, let's dance. You're like, oh, okay, I'm going to dance now. So, you know,
right.
That's quite a beautiful way. It's quite a beautiful way of looking at it.
The only thing that's certain is the uncertainty. That is definitely a definite. Yeah. Oh my God. That is a nail in the coffin if I ever heard one, you know. And yes, I saw the exact words you're saying. Yeah. And I did see that on a feed. I think I want to say it was like on a banner on a YouTube channel. Yeah. It was like a banner, like you see your name at the bottom of the screen. It was like one of those banners. The only thing that's
because some amazing person recorded a lot of the Alan Watts lessons and sessions and tutorials while he was alive, and then they started to upload them onto YouTube to share with lots of other people, which is incredible. Yeah,
it is. It's a good thing that they do.
It is, especially when we're lucky enough to be blessed with souls like that.
Yeah.
You know, all the different souls, the wise souls that were on the planet, and it's good that we're able to archive those so we can learn from them, and maybe generations after us can learn from them, you know?
Right. So, I have someone on in the comments that said, oh, okay, Kimberly, you're welcome. She said, thank you for having that young lady on the show. I came in late, but I'm going to reach out to her. Okay, that's good. And Linda said, thanks for that info. No problem, you all. That's why I had her on here. That's what this is
Jasmine.
About.
She's amazing.
She was amazing. And she gave a lot of information. And whoa, I'm like, whoa, we got to have you on the show another day. You got a lot of information. But Crossbull said she must have gone to your page. She said, old school illustrations. She said, you have old school illustrations on your page. Beautiful on Tales of the Nook, illustrating the light in the dark. And she said, it's beautiful. And Corinne, thank you so much, Corinne. Thank you for giving me that compliment. She said, great information today, Neila. Crossbull said, after breast cancer, when everything fell away, I realized the unknown is exhilarating. She said she realized the unknown is exhilarating because, you know, I kind of feel like she feels, basically, because it's like not knowing sometimes what you're going into, and then you're like, whoa, you know, it's like a surprise birthday party.
Yeah.
And so, you know, life is a surprise.
Yeah, I like that.
Because every day that you wake up, that you're blessed to wake up, let me put it that way. Every day that you're blessed to wake up, it is a surprise because you don't know what the day holds until it unfolds for you, you know. And did I just do a little rhyme right there? You don't know.
You might have done
until it unfolds for you. I was over there cutting tree. I was wondering what that was falling. He up in the tree cutting trees. All right, yay, they doing their job. Yay, my tax dollars are paying for them to do that. All right, we're getting our work done. But back to the statement at hand and to the question. I mean, to the show at hand. So, Drew, the thing is, what do you do? What is your profession right now? You own a business, and what is the business that you do?
So we create video content for businesses. So we can either tell the story behind your business, how you came about it. If you've been running a business for 30 years, you know, what makes you unique. But we do it in a cinematic way. So it's the idea that the kind of things that you'd see on TV that kind of grip you and grab you, we bring a strategy to your story. So it's not just your kind of somebody turns up and presses record. We plan, I mean, maybe I can show you some storyboards here.
Yeah, that would be great.
I don't know if I can,
Yeah, I see it.
So it's like we do, it's so hard to find the actual...
You mean like a cartoonist almost when they're drawing cartoons?
Yeah, so it's we call it a storyboard. So it's blocking the story.
Yeah.
so people can have an idea of what the finished what it would look like on screen.
Yeah. So like say for instance, it's like an insurance company, and we protect America. We protect the UK. We protect the globe. And you'll see someone sitting, and you'll see someone walking like in a commercial. They'll be walking and they'll trip and fall, and and then they'll come in, and behind you'll see a man standing there like the Allstate commercial almost, or he'll say, "We protect the globe and all those who fall," and you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like telling the story.
Yeah, it's creating like it's telling an exciting story, and how you'd kind of shoot it to make it kind of cinematic, and the choices that you'd make. So for example, we did this one for a framing salon, and the guy's sanding down the wood, and then he holds up the actual frame, and then he blows, he does, and what we did was we put sawdust on it. So in slow motion, the sawdust comes off the frame and just covers the lens. But it's this beautiful kind of, I mean, if you get a chance to check out our website on Strategic Visual, you can see a lot of, www.strategicvisual.co.uk. You can see a lot of the examples of our work on there. And
okay, so it's www.strategicvisual.co.
Yeah, .co.uk.
Oh, .uk too. Okay, .uk. Oh,
Yeah,
I gotta build a banner for that one. I want people to know about that. Let me get you.
Yeah, bless you. Yeah, it's and the thing is, especially when the world opens up a bit more, we can create videos for anyone in any country, really, and that you know, we embrace that. We look forward to being able to, you know, jump on a plane or a train or a boat or wherever it takes us, you know, and tell people's story, and make, you know, help tell the story behind your business, done in a way that people really enjoy it, you know?
Yeah. So it's actually marketing, a marketing strategy for businesses.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like when you see adverts on TV and you're like, oh, that was really like the Hovis advert, and you see someone going up a road with the bike, and they put the bike against the window, and it's all beautifully lit and shot, and then you see the bread getting cut in slow motion, and then the little boy collects it, or the little girl collects the bread, and then they go back home, and mum's upstairs with a cold, but it's like, mum, don't worry, I got you the bread, and it's like Hovis. So you see the heat coming off the toast or whatever it is, you know, but it really creates that kind of
a
magic
atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. Like
you're actually in the now, in the here and now with it, where it's actually taking place in your home or in the environment you're in, and it's what like the water.
You know, the Mary Poppins moment. You know when they jump in the paint. That's what we want to do. So when you see one of our videos, we want to just grab you and just pull you in like that. That's the idea.
I bet that is so funny. I have got, matter of fact, I gotta see this right now. Look, I'm so nosy. I gotta see it right now. So strategic visual
.co.uk.
Oh, come here. No, stupid, not that. Strategic visual.co.uk. Go.
Yep.
That has got to be. Oh, it came up right away on it. You're red. Oh, I kind of like your logo. The SV from the curves.
Yeah, so that's the record. That's the that's like the lens, and it's red with the dot because it's recording.
Oh wow, that's you with the ponytail.
No, that's my friend. That's my friend with the ponytail.
I was going to say you look like you had a different face.
People say we look very similar. If you click on the homepage, you see the other half of the video is me. I'm on the other half.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, he's a good-looking guy too.
Oh, well,
Let them know
God
I
bless
said,
you.
let them know a girl from America say good looking.
I will.
He can have a place to come visit sometime. No, just kidding. But no, both of y'all are
He'll be
good
flattered.
looking
He'll be
guys.
very flattered to
It's
hear.
nothing like having two good looking guys doing the work for you. That's for sure. It makes it all the more interesting and better.
Well, just, you know.
But you are here to grace us with one of your most beautiful writings. But before you do it, I want to give you a couple of messages from the audience. Old school. Yeah, Lisa said your old school illustrations are beautiful. And after we got to that. Bobby Norman Covich, her and her husband are podcasters here. They're global.
Oh, wow.
And they are in the National Podcasters Hall of Fame. And
nice.
they also have a publishing company called Pandemic Press Publishing, for Pandemic Press Publishing. And they also have a radio show on Blog Talk Radio, which is global also. So, and they're here, and she said, beautiful work, Tales of the Nook, beautiful work. And Crosswood said, you have always been the author of my life, but it's time for the story to end. You have been a great teacher, but sadly a terrible friend. Tales from the Nook. That is awesome. That is awesome. She done already went to your page and hooked you up.
I really appreciate it, guys.
Right.
Thank you so
we
much.
cannot have a new life without letting go of the old. Definitely we can. And Bobby said, I've got my after school kiddos together today. The girls have been so much. That's their own personal stuff. Bobby said, great website. Great website. I agree with you, Neila. She said, great website. She told
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The guy is good looking. I was like, yeah, he is. Digital vision board. The strategic digital equals a digital vision board that comes to life. Manifestation is to act as if it is real. You know, just like they tell you in the Bible, think on those things that are as though they are and not what they are. Actually, they ain't. But you think on them as if they are. So definitely.
It's like manifesting, isn't it? If you want to have a good day, today is going to be a lovely day, and I'm going to meet someone great today, or I'm going to, make a new friend today, and you put it out there to the universe and God, and it comes back,
And Bobby and her husband said they would love to have you on their show.
Oh, wow. Well, that's incredibly kind. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So
I've got a cheeky little, you see,
right. Look,
what's amazing about your camera is it's not reversed. So you can actually, that's one of the artworks.
Right. Oh, yeah. I love it. Oh, how cute.
That's the moon. And that's a young couple under the moon.
In love. I love that. That is so awesome. So you will be hearing from Bobby Norman Covich. You can catch him on YouTube, Bobby, but I'll give them your email if it's okay.
Please, yeah. That'd be amazing.
I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely share your email. And also, everybody, in the meantime, in between time, we are getting ready to get graced. Why y'all had to cut the trees over here in this area? Can y'all hear that? So
I can't actually hear that, but I was going to say, this is the thing that was crazy. My flatmate, right? He was working for a company where they plant trees, and he was shocked at how many people got really upset when he was there trying to plant trees to bring oxygen back to the world and remove pollution. And they're like, whoa, they're like, hey, don't build that tree because I can't reverse my car out there. It's like, dude, why don't you just walk or get a train, man? You don't need to revert. We need these trees, man. We need trees more than ever in life now.
Yes, because they've been cutting ours down. Look, our forest has been cut down. So now all of the possums and the raccoons, they in the neighborhood like cats.
Yeah.
Every day. I just cut my grass yesterday. I was videotaping me on doing my grass yesterday. And every day, Drew, I pick up raccoon out my yard. Every day. They come in my yard. They eat somewhere else, and then they come in my yard. Shit. I'm just saying.
Gosh. Using your yard as a pleasant toilet because the grass is nice for their bum.
Yeah, and so I got to go back and reapply this coyote urine because a friend of mine who is a horticulturist and botanist told me that coyote urine, sprinkle that on your yard and wet it a little bit, would keep them away. But we
Oh,
had
okay,
thick
okay.
rains, and so the
A
last time
deterrent.
I put it down, it's rained away all the way. Hi, Whitney.
Right.
Thank you for joining me this morning. Whitney Jones is in the house. Great website, she said. Strategic. He is over there in the UK with you, Whitney. Yes, he is.
Thank you so much.
Bobby said we want that shirt. So is it a way that people can buy that shirt you have on?
What we're doing at the moment, if you watch this space, we're Tales of the Nook, we're going to start releasing prints. So you can get the artwork and like a haiku of the poems, like 4 lines underneath one of the things. And then depending on how successful things go, my friend is setting up a website at SquareSpecs. There's a Tales of the Nook side where he's going to be selling T-shirts and maybe hats and woolly hats and things like that.
Hello. Yeah. You look like you probably need to go on the yellow school bus. If you y'all know this is Michael Collier calling me in the middle of the show, right? Oh, and you know I answered your call, but you ain't gonna answer mine. I'm talking to you, and the show is sitting here listening to you too. I'm in my show still. You know it go longer than child. You know I always don't worry about it. Look, I answered you though, see, because I know you my guy. He said he don't be answering nobody doing his show, but I answered you doing my show, so don't worry about it.
That's love. That's love. That's true friendship.
Hey, that's my guy, comedian Michael Collier. He's coming to town. Actually, he's coming today because he just called me to find out the weather. He wanted to know if he can bring his mink. I said, no, you're going to look like you need to be on that little yellow school bus. If you wear a mink, it's 50 degrees, don't wear no mink. I don't want to see him put you in
is it really hot where you are? Is it really hot in Chicago?
Not hot, no. It's 50-something degrees here. It's cool. It's not cold, but it's cool. It's a cool day. It's gloomy right now. It's no sun. It's just sky.
Like a nice breeze, like a nice pleasant breeze, or
I ain't gonna say pleasant. It's a cool breeze.
Yeah, it's great. It's great here. I think in England, I think we're famous for the pavement looks the same color as the sky most times.
Right,
so,
right. Oh my God! I just said, oh my. Great. Whitney said, great website. AKA Breezy said, Bobby, even the kids are frustrated. Definitely something to talk about. Oh, okay. And Busy Mama said, coyote urine. Yeah, coyote urine. You can order it. You can go to Home Depot and get it. And it'll tell you on the box how to use it. It's granules. So it's not like a liquid. They didn't capture the coyote and make them pee in a jar.
Yeah, I know. Pee in the bottle. No, in the bottle. Pee in the bottle.
Didn't I tell you don't make a miss?
Especially if they're selling it. They're like, no, get it in the bottle.
Right. Busy Mama over here rolling. She said, what about mothballs? No, mothballs gonna keep them out your yard. They will kick a mothball out the way.
You know, what about orange peel? Because that I've heard that was, my granddad used to do that for vermin and cats and things like that. If you get the orange peel and you drop it around your garden, the scent of the citrus scent.
God, hold on, y'all. So I have service people coming to my house again. Okay, so they wanted me to listen to a message that they already sent me. Okay, everybody, we have, let me see. She said, what about mothballs? Now, you were talking about orange peels would keep the vermin out.
I wondered if that would work for raccoons as well, but
yeah, I don't know. They might eat the peels.
Then they'll come back and tell their friends, hey man, if you want free orange, it's in this person's garden, you know.
Hey, I'm growing collard greens and they came back up from last year. I was growing them last year and they came back up. So I'm gonna go out there and pick the ones that are really good and cook them tonight. But they've been eating my collard greens. They ate my tomato. Oh, one of them sat on his butt. in my tomato bag. He sat on his butt with a tomato eating it. I'm sitting there in my window looking. I'm like, is that somebody sitting in my tomatoes? And it was a raccoon sitting in my tomatoes, eating my tomatoes.
It's crazy.
I went outside with a stick, a shoe, and a pot. I said, get your butt up off my tomato.
With a shoe gun.
Holes on and sprayed him. And he dumped the tomato and ran. Yeah, and came back and got it the next day. Because I left the tomato out there so he wouldn't eat no more. I left the one he was eating. He came back and got the piece of tomato and moved it further away from where it was actually, he had dropped it. And then he pulled another one off my branch and started eating it.
They're smart. They're sneaky.
But
like you say, this is because we are destroying their homes. So they are in turn passing the buck. You know, it's during lockdown. What was crazy was they said more animals returned to certain areas than they ever had in their life. There was dolphins in Vienna. Is it Vienna?
Mm-hmm.
Venice or Vienna. And then they had like in parts of London and different parts of all around the world, nature came out and all the humans were inside their houses. So it was like a zoo was flipped because the animals were watching us through the windows.
Wow. So busy. Let me see. Sees that sounds more lovely. Orange peel. She said that sounds more lovely. What about onions? Listen, if we put too much out there, they gonna make a vegetable soup. I ain't trying to have no vegetable soup in my backyard and then a party on top of it. They gonna invite all their relatives. No, soup over here, y'all. Soup over here.
They'll think it's a banquet. They'll be like, "Oh, you want us to be here? Okay,
right." And then we gonna eat on this side of the yard. We gonna poop on this side.
That's incredible.
She said, I put an onion outside and let it rot, and I think it works. And she said, and I think it works. That's what she said. Whitney Jones is in here rolling because Whitney's in the UK also, and she sings. She's got a new hit. She's got a new album coming out, and I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait for it to hit because I'm gonna have her on the show. I can't wait for it to hit. You don't know how you make me feel. You don't know. Hey, I sure want to know.
Wow.
And Bobby said animals are bold. Right on, Drew. Right. The animals are returning because there was less pollution. And veggie salad. Yeah, right. They're gonna make a veggie salad and soup. Look. But anyway, everybody, he is here. He is a phenomenal poet. Spoken word artist. And so I had him come on because I was on Instagram one night and this man here was spitting some words, baby. Let me tell you, I was like, whoa. And I really wanted to keep it going. And I said, hey, I would love to have you grace my show with that poetry you just wrote and spit out on that page with Ain't Right Tribe and whoever that guy was who was hosting that. I forgot who his name was too, but it was so phenomenal. I had to reach out to him, everybody, through Instagram. I was like, hey, look, I need to reach.
Well, I'm really honored, Neila. Thank you so much for.
And I'm honored to have you on board too. Thank you so much for coming on board. So everybody, please have him share his poetry. Crossbow said, "Love poetry. Nice meeting you, Drew. Motion activated water sprinklers keep raccoon and coyote away from garden. Make loud noise. Hang aluminum pie tins from string. They reflect and make noise when animals walk through perimeter. Noise scares them. Oh, okay. I might have a clear wire, you know, those little clear wires that they can't see, and have something on there. I don't know. I'm gonna set a trap for them somehow to get their butt up out of here. I don't want to kill them, but I just want to get them
some kind of music or like bells on, you know, like in the film. Was it a quiet place? You know when they got bells?
Yeah.
On the wires.
Wires, so right?
If they pull a tomato, the bells ring.
Yeah, right. That's a good one, Drew. I think I am. But look, I can get the bells from the dollar store. The little bells there.
It might scare them though. They're like, oh, what's with the bells?
That's a good one. Oh my God, I knew it would scare me to death. Whitney, Whitney Jones says yes, yes. She laughing over here on the stage. Everybody, let's let Drew come to the stage. And Drew, what is the title of the poem that you are going to grace us with right now?
This piece is called The Game.
The Game. I'm going to give you the screen all by yourself.
Oh, wow. Bless you.
Wait, let me see. Can I do it? Okay. Wait. I got to exit the full screen. I got to find it.
I'm not sure. It's pretty big shoes to fill.
I got other screens.
It's pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, these are. Oh, no. Wait. I got to move me. Wait, let me remove.
Well, no, you don't have to go. It's okay.
No, I got to remove from the.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can I still hear you or? Okay.
You won't hear me while I'm gone. I'm leaving.
Okay, so shall I just go straight into it?
Right.
I was going to say, like, shall I just go straight?
And it's called The Game, everybody.
The Game.
And everybody listen in.
The Game. I've heard so many people say life is just a game. Don't take it too seriously. Bring love to one another instead of dishing out pain. We're going around in circle like screwball scramble. So many people struggling with life, they're literally losing their marbles. Taking a risk when we pull a straw, hoping our world doesn't fall for sure, kaplunk. High blood pressure, hearts out of whack, trying to piece ourselves together with blue tack as we lack the funds for the operation. Carrying other people's pains and problems over our back like an overloaded donkey without a clue. Life's ups and downs are snakes and ladders, but holding on to heavy shit is emotional buckaroo. In a world where people kill with kindness or violence, using knives and guns, not candlesticks by Professor Plum. Not sure how far the murders can go. This is happening for real, not in a game of Cluedo. There isn't a book for life, but you can ask for clues though. Is life a board game? Being chased around a maze by demons, feeling like Pac-Man? Wish the demons would just pack it in because they never get bored playing their games. We're working like a dog or trying to iron out creases along the board, feeling like life has given us the boot. Because you don't always have wheels in the game. Constantly rolling the dice as we try to buy a property so we can feel like adults in society, now living our lives properly. Hoping you don't end up in jail, landing on Park Lane, met with a hotel, bankrupt now so you got to bail. Don't collect £200 when you pass go, money's on the fast but you're on the slow. Takes too long to buy a plastic house, let alone one with bricks. The minds behind Monopoly understood life's cruel tricks. The game is actually an analogy. Like we're all just pawns stuck in the matrix. We're all just working too damn hard. It's okay for some. They've got an unlimited supply of get out of jail free cards. Is life a computer game? Traveling around, moving up the levels, meeting people along the way that give us keys, trying to solve complex puzzles and mysteries, blasting our way through towns invaded by hordes of zombies. But when we die, there is no continue. We don't start again where we fell. Keeping our belongings, weapons, and potions to boost our health. We either go straight to heaven or hell. Perhaps life's a game of cards then. We're all dealt different hands from birth. Some of us even struggle to find our own self-worth as we stumble our way through this strange land someone called Earth. We love underdogs in movies, but not in real life. We're hyped up, gassing over celebrities and successful people, not our hard-working friends who try. Some amazing souls in moth-eaten clothes forced to make a home next to a bin. Some of us start with nothing. Bluffing our way to the top is the only way to win. Some lie, some cheat, some steal. Some players aren't even in the game. They're just the ones who deal. Throwing us the next cards we'll have to play as we pray it gets us by for yet another day. Maybe that's why they call it hand to mouth. Hoping for hearts and diamonds, but always ending up with spades and clubs. I think it's time to reshuffle this deck. I've had enough of all this dark stuff. Is the game rigged from the start? Rules were twisted or just left around. Some don't realize they're in a game. They're stuck in a rat race with their heads hanging down. Some people are living in constant fear. Some souls are lost and never found. What's the point of being able to see if you're still blind, being outspoken without the sound? They make up the rules as we play nice. We're hoping for a 6 as we roll the dice. From our crumbling homes, we can taste paradise. Just for a crumb of hope, we wouldn't think twice. People out there drowning in despair. But let's be honest, life's not a complete lie because it never said it was fair.
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
Life. The closing on that is the egg in it, that's the nail in the coffin. Life never said they never said it was fair.
Yeah.
They never said it was fair. As I recall, I hope I recall it right. Shakespeare said, life is a stage and we're all actors on it.
Yeah, we're all players. Yeah.
We're all players on this. So, man, listen, Whitney G. Jones just said, awesome, inspiring. Bobby said, fierce. That spoken word was amazing. Listen, let me tell y'all something. That's what got me was when I heard him spit it on Instagram that night under Ain't Right Tribes.
That's very kind.
I was like, oh, at first I was listening, and then I was gonna click off and go to the next scroll. And I said, no, wait. And I put it on, I put it on my iPad because I was listening to you on my phone. And I said, no, open the iPad up. And I had it on the counter, so I opened it up and I said, okay. And then I after I got you and you were spitting, I shut it down on my phone so I could really see it and hear it. I was wild. Minds behind Monopoly understand the cruel tricks. You guys, I don't know how many people, but if you take a look at the Monopoly game, it makes you wonder exactly who developed this game. Was it part of the 12 families?
Hey! Yes, Neila.
You know?
It's true.
Because the games that they've been playing on Americans and other people in the world is unreal.
Yeah.
Just like here, the Federal Reserve Bank, a lot of people think, oh, that's the government. That is not the government. That is a private entity. And it is not owned by the government. It is owned by people like the Rothschilds and all them. And that's part of, and what's that lady name over there in the European Union? What's her name that's in charge over there? The Mays or something like that. It's some wealthy, they're part of the 12.
Oh, yeah.
DeMoss or something, I think it's DeMoss or something like that. Her name is, they're part of the 12. It's a lot, but the larger part of the 12 are not American people. They're actually British.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You'd be surprised.
Sorry.
Surprised people that's behind a lot of the control in our world.
Yeah.
You never see them.
Yeah.
You never see them. You never hear about them. You just know it's something going on. You can read about it, but you'll never see them.
Yeah.
Unless
it's like the alumni or something that my friend was always saying that, you know, these, you know, characters hidden in the shadows, you know, but going back to Monopoly, you know, that is a weird ass analogy for life because we're all just going around in circles.
Yeah.
Losing our money.
Yeah.
Hoping we don't end up in jail.
Right.
Trying to buy a house that's so far out of reach. Until somebody just closes the board and goes, I'm going to bed. I'm not playing anymore. And you're like, come on, man, I was winning. I had a hotel. I had everything. Nah, I'm closing the board.
Right. Here on the news, actually, the funny thing about this is that just yesterday on the news, there was a couple that had bought a home and was removing the carpet in there. And mind you, this whole, I don't know if it was a family room area or what. Do you know they had a large Monopoly board on the floor? It was painted into the floor.
That's insane.
Yeah. And they had, somebody said there was another game in the house on the floor. But that Monopoly game, when they showed it, it was humongous. It had to be at least a 10 by 12. At least. No, I take that back. It had to be at least a 16 by 16 because I used to sell Oriental rugs, and I'm thinking of the picture of that thing.
Can you send me that picture? I'd love to see
if
that.
I can pull it up, I am. If I can
please.
pull it up because it was on the news on television, and I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. That was unreal.
Did you appreciate the Guinness machine?
Oh, I love the Guinness machine. The Guinness machine was off the chart.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It must be the Irish in my blood. That I've always liked dark beer. I've never liked yellow beer. And the Guinness, that thing, I loved it. I thought, now how unique is this? Yeah. That is a great way of that's a mind play. That's a true mind play. Because it's playing a game on people's minds that they thinking that they're getting tapped beer.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You know, and it's actually in a can.
Yeah.
It's what the machine does to the
Yeah,
beer.
it's the electronic. Yeah. It's
Oh
amazing.
my God, it is
It's like a
amazing.
magic trick, though, right? You know, when
Yeah,
you
it's
see it flat and it's
right.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it just comes up. I'm like, okay, I had to watch it twice because it was so amazing. I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I like, now who sat down? They had a lot of time on their hands last year.
who created that?
Pandemic. They sat down and thought that out. That was a hell of a lot of thinking to me.
Yeah.
That was a boatload of thinking.
Just,
Insight, Neila. Whitney Jones said, insight. Zelma said, I love the accent and the message. Amazing job. Love never said. Frugal Mama said, love never said. Love. In your poem, you put in there, love never said.
love never said.
Did you put in there, love never said in that poem? No, that was something else. Yeah, in love never
Life
said.
never said.
Life never said. Right. I thought it was life and not. But sometimes I can hear.
Love is nice though. That's good. I might borrow that.
Go ahead. We're gonna let you have it.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Love never said. And it said good. Hey, Joan. Oh, Joan, you missed a really good one, girl, a while ago. A great spoken word. And Crossbull said, yes, Neila, my Irish nanny taught us to play card game, Knuckles, and Monopoly from childhood. Only way I learned about life and real estate. Only way I learned to own my land and home, she said. And I was always the bank. She said she was always the bank.
Smart. That's the best place.
That's the best part to be. That's the best one to be, the banker.
Yes.
And let everybody buy everything from you. And then guess what? Then you might want to go in there and tell them, you know what? I'm going to have to get that house up out you because you a little short.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how they play the game. Right. The game is always played. You know, something else that got me, though, was the card game. Struggle to find our worth. When you mentioned that part about in that card game, how we struggle also to find our worth. And right now, that's where a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead and tell me what you got to say.
Sorry. Yeah, no. I was just going to read that bit. Yeah, it's the. I think it's we're all given. We're all dealt different cards from birth. Some of us struggle to find our own self-worth.
Yep, all dealt different cards from birth. Some struggle to find their own worth. And you know what? That's where the homelessness comes in, the mental illness comes in. A lot of people some people started out good and ended up turning backwards with mental illness. You know what I'm saying? They started out straight and then next you see a drastic turn. I'll say this, a friend of mine I'm working with who's gotten back into drinking. He's alcoholic. An addiction. It is truly an addiction for him because he's actually I'm noticing he's went into treatment twice already. And I'm noticing that he's not talking in his right mind. You know, he says stuff that's like, what would make you say something like that? You know, one of those type of things. And it's just sad how what has gone on from last year has really catapulted the insanity in our world. Yeah. It's sad. But another one was the outspoken without the sound. Yeah. That was the one that gripped me by my tail when I first heard it. I was like, oh, thank you. Oh, because, you know, you can have all of that, but yet there's nothing being heard. Yeah. You know, because there's no sound coming from all of that you're projecting out. Yeah. You think you're being heard, but you aren't being heard. And that was without the sound. That's where I was like, I was frozen. I was like, woo. It's so much that's been going on in the world with racism and division and all this craziness. Black men being killed at the hands of these white officers. And they never shoot their own people. Yeah, I know. What I'm saying? But I'm like, really? Oh, you pulled a gun on him, but you didn't pull a gun on this one. But you shot this one. That 26-year veteran just shot this young man talking about she was pulling his stun gun out. 26 years on the police force, and you don't know the difference between a stun gun and a weapon. First of all, the stun gun don't even weigh nothing. What that pistol weigh? Yeah. And the trigger on it is not like a pistol. How did you get confused with that? So that's the
the
newest
hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of it is horrible, especially when you hear statements of police saying, I feared for my life. They were running in the wrong direction. They were running away from you. You shot them in the back. They were running away from you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it gets me, it riles me up, and it's heartbreaking to see. I can't, I mean, I can't truly understand that world, but I do know that it boils my blood and it makes me upset, because at the end of the day, beyond skin, we are all our souls are the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all here on this planet to love and be loved, and everyone deserves a good life and to bring a family up and to have beautiful memories. That is the whole point of this earth. Otherwise, we might as well have just gone to the next place, because why on earth would we be here? And I think the game here, the real game here, is to try and bring solidarity and to find love and equilibrium on this world. And every generation fails to try it, because there are too many dark cracks and all these toxic conversations that keep bubbling up. And it's like, we just need to love one another and and make things fair. It needs to be a fair world for every life on this planet,
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you on that. It's sad, but and here's where the question falls about, if we're not part of the if we're not part of the problem, then we should be part of the solution.
Amen. Yeah, absolutely.
And in order to be part of the solution, you can't even have friends who you already know, though y'all good friends. You could have been friends for 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah. And you find out a little ways down the line that this friend is, you never realize this until about 10 years or 15 years into the friendship, that this person is really racist. And then really hateful, and then you be like, but if you still kick it with a person like that, you're kicking it with them only on the basis of what you have with your friendship with them, outside of the fact of the racism. But if you actually see them imposing hurt, harm, or words that are not good either on someone else because of the color of their skin or whatever, that's where I draw the line. And I would say, as a friend, for as many years as we've been, I will continue to always be your friend. But the problem is that I'm having with you right now is that this here that you're kicking up is keeping division among us. And I have to separate myself from that. And then that's where you go on about your business, let your friend go on about their business. Either they're going to come back around, or because they're going to feel a change of heart, or either they're going to keep going. And then that right there lets you know that wasn't the person. Yeah. Because to honestly keep a person or a friend or whatever, family member, whatever, that keeps up division and keeps up ruckus and all that among people who are actually bleeding the same blood, and everybody has the same organs, hopefully born with them. If you don't, God bless you. But, the division falls in the color. And not understanding the cultures of each person or where they come from, not even allowing yourself to understand the culture. You have to first come with an open mind and allow yourself to absorb what is going on with this person and try to understand what's going on with them. You might not get the full understanding. You might be totally aloof. But the point remains is that you want to try to figure out or get to know a person and why they do what they do, and understand that this is their means of survival or defense or whatever the case may be. So that's why they do what they do or project what they project. Otherwise, I don't judge people for who they are, what they are, how they look, or anything, because I am not one to be judging nobody else. Okay. I'm just saying, but I'm not going to sit up here and stay with a person and stay with somebody or either I'll be your friend, but it's going to have to be somewhere that we're going to draw the line, and I'm going to have to let you know I don't deal with you when you're in that mode. And if you want to deal in that mode, don't call me or have me in the car with you or anything else, because that's not how I get down. And Whitney said, totally agree with you, Neila, definitely. And
it's no friendship, is it?
Yeah, the Crossbow said the perpetrator was a victim and the victim a perpetrator. We need to hold compassion for both. The perpetrator was a victim and the victim is a perpetrator. So Each hand,
Yes.
exactly. And Busy Mama said we cannot make excuses for poor behavior and horrible mentalities. They also have options. Yes, they do. They have choices too. And that, you associate with toxic, peaceless people, you are complicit by toxic acceptance. And you are definitely right, because they say they also say the apple don't fall too far from the tree when children like their parents and so forth. But they also say like minds think alike, and they also say birds of a feather flock together. And so if you are of that same feather, that racist and divided and old feather, see you later, bye. Take flight, take your feathers and flight and wings and fly. Get on away from me. Or because I just don't get out like that. I don't. Because I got people in my family, white, black, Latin. I got Indian.
Yeah.
Right. I got Ethiopian. So I got all kind of family members. So, and I don't know what I am. I just look brown, but I don't know what I am. I grew up in a cultural dynamic of a black community, black household. So I guess my cultural aesthetic would be African American black. But in actuality, I am still a being of hope, dreams, wishes that I want to come true, and aspirations. And that's what I think every being on this planet has. And that's the commonality among all people. We all want what's good. Absolutely. We all want a better life, or a bigger house, or more money, or a great career, and to be happy, the love of our life, great kids, the precious dog or cat, but a lot of times, it comes out that way. Let me see. I got a couple of more comments. Hey, she said, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, right? And Busy Mama said, I will separate myself real fast. Those are not just phrases. They mean something. That's what she said. Yes, we are a reflection of those we surround ourselves with, Busy Mama. You got that right, Lisa. We are a reflection of those we surround ourselves with. Birds of a feather. You got that right. So you accept yourself like that. Hey, Milan, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, and Lisa said, spirit has no color.
Amen.
And we are all earthings.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, I think she got it bang on there, because it's the idea that the reason we fail at being human is because we're spirits in flesh. So we are flawed because we don't understand. But then in some, kind of a bizarre way, we are here on this planet to have those emotions of a human being, beyond our spirit world, which is pain, which is suffering. But then, we just become so lost, and the fear of not understanding is where I think it all goes wrong. Like, the whole thing with Black Lives Matter and people stupidly responding to All Lives Matter or White Lives Matter, which is ridiculous, because it's the lack of understanding.
And one of the statements I read the other day we listen to reply instead of to understand.
Wow. Or we just, when you nod just because you're not listening, you're thinking of what you want to say next. As opposed to, well, this is the funny thing though, when people ask the question, I did another poem about the idea that when people say, how are you? But we don't want the answer.
Right.
If you're going to tell us that you're having a bad day and you're going to offload on us, oh no, I don't want to know the truth. Can you just say that 4-letter word fine, please? Because that's all I want to hear. But at least society says that I'm doing a good thing because I'm asking you how your day is, even though I don't want the truth. You're like, what? Why do we ask the question if you don't want the truth? Fine is feelings inside not expressed.
Exactly.
Someone broke that down as an acronym. And I thought that was so powerful, because we're trapped in a weird game of society that we think we're trying to play the I'm a good person, but yet you need to be open and honest to respond or listen or be there for somebody beyond your
Yep.
own sentence.
Yeah. Be like you said, why we just listen for that 4-letter word, fine.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
are you? Fine. And so, like, well, I was. That's funny you said that, because the other day, what was it? Monday, Tuesday. I was at the store, and I saw somebody I know, and they know me, and we but they saw me first, and so I was like, they were like, hey, Neila. I was like, oh, hey, and they like, oh, they like, they like, girl, you looking good. I was like, thank you. I said, how are you doing? They like, oh, I'm doing okay. I just had, and so normally when you say fine, and you say, how you doing? And people say, I'm doing fine. You be like, that's good. But she was like, oh, I'm doing okay. And I was like, well, okay, is it okay that you're only doing okay? Or would you like to be doing better? Sometimes that gave her leeway to expound a little further on what was going on. Because sometimes we need to really hear a person listen.
Yeah.
And hear them, but listen to them. And the reason I say that is because so many of us go without listening. We're such in a hurry to give a response and a reply or a rebuttal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we think we know the answer.
Yeah, and sometimes we take things out of the context of actually what is being said, and we take it for what we want to think it is, but in actuality, it's not as bad or as harsh as you think it is. Prime example, last night, I was talking to somebody. I ain't going to say who it is, because I don't want to put them on Front Street like this. But the person I was talking to is blood related. And then their mate she thought I was battering her when I said, well, no, she doesn't understand the natural healing of what she didn't I said she doesn't understand natural healing or eating like you've been eating. So therefore she's not going to know that it's going to work for you better than all this medicine you're on. If you reverse all of this disease you got all this medicine. And I started making him tell me what his first medicine was that he ever got on. And when he told me, I said, and from there, you don't know whether or not that medication made your heart bad, made your liver bad, or increased your diabetic, your insulin, or didn't increase your insulin, or had a defect on your insulin production. So you got diabetes, you got high blood pressure, now you got diabetes, now you got heart disease, you got erectile dysfunction automatically, because I already know high blood pressure pills messes with the erectile. Yes, it does. So I said, so now, and then you're gonna have not so much of a great marriage, because you ain't able to give fully like
in that side. Yeah.
Right. And so and the phone, I think they was on speaker, but I said, so you already know how healing foods and all that work in your body, health foods and all that. I said, and they don't, because they didn't grow up like that. So don't expect them to understand that this is what you really want to do. But if you're going to fall to what another person feels that you shouldn't do, then you're only hurting yourself, because what they think you should be doing is following your doctor's orders. But your doctor ultimately has got you on more and more and more and more medication.
Yeah.
Well, she took it very arrogant. I think it was the way we ended. It was kind of arrogant to me that, oh no, I got so and so and so and so, and you don't know about so and so and so and so, and my son, did he tell you that? And like it was like in that tone, did he tell you that? I was like, no, he didn't tell me that, But I was like, okay.
But they get offended because they're trying to they're trying to defend their pain, or they feel like they made mistakes. When you tell someone the truth, they get angry because they feel like a fool. But it's that thing of doctors are paid by pharmaceutical companies to distribute tablets to us as sick or damaged people, as opposed to holistic, which is about the mind, the body, like yoga, spirit, soul. Because like you said about disease, if you break it down, is dis-ease. It's the lack of ease in your life that's making you unwell. It's the same if you were so angry with someone for years, but they don't know your anger. You just know the anger for them. They might be having a lovely time on the beach, but you're like, I really hate them and what they did to me. And you're the one dealing with all that pain and anger and toxicity. It's only affecting you. You need to let go of that in yourself, learn to forgive them and forgive yourself and be like, do you know what? That was a lesson. That was a lesson that I learned from something. And I know not to trust people like that again. And thank you, universe. Thank you for that. I'm grateful for that lesson. I need to let it go now, because if I carry that stuff around with me, that's the stuff that turns into cancer. That's the stuff that turns into, dementia and all those things. Not that I'm a doctor, but I believe, those energies can turn against us.
Oh, but it's true, because you see it in writings. I mean, how many years have they been going on about all this different types of stuff? But now the food and stuff we're ingesting is even worse for us than anything ever. And now the medications we're taking, one medication, and listen to all the side effects. It's going to help one thing, and it's not going to heal it. It's going to help it. Okay. Yeah. So don't get confused. Medicine it's like a Band-Aid. It just covers it up. And it's still there. Okay.
Yeah. It gives pain a facelift.
Yeah.
It gives pain a facelift. It doesn't fix the problem.
No, it don't fix the problem, because you got to get to the root of it. And the root of it is natural. It's inside. And so you got to come up with, the body's not used to all these different chemicals you putting in it. First of all, it's responding differently. Now you want to know why you got heart disease. You got heart disease because of the chemicals that you just put in your body. Your heart was not strong enough to deal with it. And so it weakened it more so. Or your heart was strong and it still defected your heart in some type of way or another, because the chemicals didn't mix with your body chemicals.
Yeah. And we're all different. We're all made differently. So we don't know how those drugs are going to react to the internal cells in our bodies. So,
right. And you say, right, Drew, they don't want the real answer. And Bobby said he's telling the truth also. And Busy Mama said, right on, Drew. People don't like to listen, and Busy Crossbull said, how are you? No one really cares. You know what I'm saying? Right. She said we need to hear each other. And Milan said, right. And find whatever equals what. Find whatever. That's what it equals. More than feeling inside, not expressed, beautiful. Yes, Drew. Whitney said yes. And Busy Mama said yes, not Front Street. Exactly. Bobby, you got that right. Oh, she said not Front Street. And the doctor is making more and more and more money. And they're making more and more money. And so true, dis-ease, because you're not at ease with what's going on. And that's why your body's breaking down. That's right. He is speaking truth. Yeah, it is. It's all truth. That's exactly why I do not consume them. That's it. Whitney said she don't consume all that crap. I ain't taking the shot, the vaccine. I'm not taking it.
But Neila, I can even tell that you were talking about tomatoes in your garden, right? It's a perfect example. You are growing fruit and veg from the ground the way God intended. Yeah. So you know what you're getting in, you're ingesting has not been sprayed by chemicals in some crazy other country or farm or factory or whatever it is. But more importantly than that, it has the life force energy inside the food, which is the stuff you need. That's why when you get a sandwich or fruit that's traveled for 2 weeks to get to your country and you eat it, it doesn't have any of the nutrition anymore because that's gone. As soon as it's picked from the vine, it is now losing its life force energy. The idea is you would eat something that fell from a tree, that was grown in front of you, and you would eat it there and then on that particular day when it was ripe. You wouldn't let it travel across the world to get to you and then eat it. You're like, no. That's like having a stir fry, right?
Right.
And you've got all these amazing fruit and vegetables and you just stick it in the microwave and now you've just nuked the entire thing. So anything you thought had any goodness in it has just been boom. You just nuked it.
That's what I was telling them. I was telling them about the detox drink that I drink, and I was like, do not microwave the water.
Yeah.
Put it in a pot and boil it. You ain't doing nothing else. You home all day. Put the water in the darn pot and boil it.
It's the same with, people that have microwaves. That's fair enough. I'm sure they serve a function, but you're better off getting a slow cooker and putting things in and all the things are marinating over time, because then when you return home from work or wherever you've been, you're getting all the goodness. Everything is still encompassed in that dish that you then eat, as opposed to just because we're lazy, we're too tired from home, we'll just have beans on toast, or we'll stick something in the microwave because it's quick. Everything is becoming quick in life, and life isn't quick. Well, life is, life can go in the blink of an eye, for some of us. And it's the idea that everything is so fast now, we don't have time to slow down and time for ourselves. That's why mindfulness or moments, when I was at school being a teaching assistant, and they had something called a brain break, which was the most amazing thing I'd ever witnessed. And I wish it existed when I was a kid. The kids would come in from playground and they were all excited. They've all had their sandwiches and their Kit Kats and they're all jazzed up on sugar. We tell them to come in. Everybody would sit on the carpet. They close their eyes. And for 2 minutes, this little bell or whistle, well, I think it was a bell. It was a really calming bell. It would be like, bring. Then for 2 minutes, the kids would just be like, just breathing for like two or 3 minutes. And when the children finished doing that and they went back to their tables, the focus they had, the attention they had for learning was so much better than the sporadic nature of coming in from having fun outside, straight back into a classroom. Sit down, kids, open at page 16. We're going to continue with such and such. They're like, their brains are like jazzed up. They're not, they're not taking anything in.
Right.
And just for them having that moment of relaxation and just breathing and realizing that they're a living being and that they can control themselves and their energy inside.
Wow.
It gives them stability. It gives them a grounding that they didn't know they had. Because that's why I think kids are always running over and falling over and cutting themselves, because they don't know how to fully ground themselves. And having that brain break had such a positive impact on so many of the children in that school. I think you could change the world by doing that at school. If children learn from a young age the power they have in understanding themselves and knowing that they don't have to rush, that they can take things in their own time and they're not dictated by others. And that's the only thing that I think is a bit crazy with school, is the idea that you sit back and everything's thrown at you, books, all this kind of stuff. And then at one point in your life, it all gets pulled away. That's why I wrote in that there's no book on life. And yet you grow up and you're given books. Everything's a flipping book. And then you're 18 and bang, you're in the world. You're like, where's the book on life? And after being 18, oh, sorry, that doesn't exist.
It's the Bible. It's the Bible.
It's the Bible, yeah. Why did you give me books for so long then? Because now I feel lost. Now I feel scared. Now I feel confused because I can't turn to page such and such. It's like, that's when you have to trust yourself. That's why in certain schools, children feel like failures if they don't get from A to B, because that's the only route they're told by a teacher. But what about A to C? What about A to D? What about A to F? You didn't think of those ones because you're told you can only do A to B. And if you don't do it, then you're a failure. And that's why I think there's so much sadness in the world. That's why children are so confused for feeling like they're not good enough, or they're never going to make it, or the life is so hard. If I can't even get from A to B, then I don't have the resources to deal with life. It's like, well, no, you can find other ways. You just don't know it yet because the structure of the school or the schools at the moment don't allow you to think that there's another alternative. And that is what we need to change in education. And even if you're the best mathematician, sorry, as a kid, you're not great at maths, but you're great at sports. Maybe you'll be a footballer. Maybe you'll be a sports therapist. Maybe you'll be, who knows what you're going to be. The options are limitless, but we create limit for the children because they can only see things in a small box and they can't see out of that yet. And that's what I think needs to change in schools, so that children feel like, do you know what, no matter what happens at this school, I've got more life lessons where I can learn, where I can grow, when I can become better, where I can find my calling. It's not just these four walls and this classroom. There's so much more to it,
So, and I'm gonna put this out there, and then in closing, because I do have to get off, because now they just sent me a text that these technicians are coming out. I've been having problems with my
sure.
But and I hate to go, but I'm gonna say this: our children are led, like you said, by books and everything, you have a great idea, I think, Drew, about what you just spoke on, about how if they adopted and indoctrinated this breathing, if it's nothing but a breathing technique for the children as they're young, teach them how to breathe and control their breathing, then you're also teaching them how to control their anger and all of that. So, and you know, because we are at a point in our lives in the world, and especially in America, where everybody's in such a hurry. Everything is rush, 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 rush. We gotta go do it now. And you don't, it's not, I mean, like Sunday, Easter Sunday, I'm driving, just chilling. It was a beautiful Sunday. Just left a bar and restaurant, had a brunch. It was beautiful, live music, off the chain.
Yeah.
A big truck, pickup truck on them big old super huge monster wheels come up behind me, got really close up in my back of my car. I felt maybe he just wanted to inhale the gas fumes from my tailpipe and maybe get high or something. I don't know. So, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
It never scares me when people do that. When they rush all the way up to my car, like, you ain't making me scared. You gonna go around or whatever. I'm driving my speed.
Yeah.
And it was only 35 miles an hour. He must have been doing about 50. And on Easter Sunday, police is sitting out there waiting for somebody to act the fool because they ain't got nothing else to do because they, kids is chasing eggs and rabbits around. It's Easter, right? So they ain't got nothing else to do. The point I'm making is that we're in such a rush world that we need to slow down. But what you're talking about is that if they just started doing certain things in the classrooms, maybe you need to develop what am I thinking of? Not a promotion. What is the word I'm thinking of? I just drew a brain freeze just now.
Okay, sorry.
A proposal. Duh, it was in the P's. That's why I said not a promotion. If you created a proposal, and it don't have to be large, but just hitting on the basics, bullet pointing what you see and bullet pointing what you see that you see doesn't work, and then bullet pointing what you think would work and that you've experienced and have put into practice, and it did help significantly. And you did a proposal like that, and you presented it to your school system out there. You never know; they just might take you up on that. Then you'll be creating works for a lot of schools or plans on how to reduce the hype and the rush of life in classrooms, and how to allow the children to relax for a minute, and then their minds can start thinking. We jump from one thing to another, and I know it because I've done it.
Yeah.
That's all the way hanging in the air. I start something, and then, like yesterday, I cut a tomato, and I was cutting a tomato, eating some tomatoes and avocados. Started slicing tomatoes. Somebody knocked on my door. It was the mailman. I went to the door. I got the mail. Came back partway into the house. Didn't make it to the kitchen yet, but went into my bedroom and started doing something else with the mail.
Yeah.
See? And there's my tomatoes and avocados sitting on the counter for another 10, 15 minutes.
It's like, especially with the internet now, or people on Instagram or social media, you could run a bath and end up flooding your house because you're just checking emails, or you're just looking at someone's post and you're liking things. You're like, wait, why is there water dripping on my head? The bath. And you're like, and then we're so easily distracted by things now.
Very distracted. And the children, the distraction is really hurtful for them.
Yeah.
Because they can't, first of all, their minds are still growing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to catch up. And it's hard to catch up. So now they're confused. What am I supposed to be doing?
Sorry to interrupt. I think there's also a more dangerous bullying side to things as well. Because when I was at school, I know you wanted to be with the cool crowd. The idea of social media and numbers and followers and who's popular and who's not. The idea of children being at home with their own profiles or programs or pages, and they don't feel as successful as other children that might have more social connections or social sway. I was on a bus the other day, actually a year or so ago before COVID, and me and my friend were on a bus, and all these children in school uniforms were just, no one was speaking. They were just all swiping, just the sea of of social media. And, you know, it serves a purpose for sure, but it can't be the answer for when you feel alone. Mm-hmm. You take out this mobile as though it's a friend. Like there was a time where if a friend went somewhere, you just wait and you'd watch a bird land, or you'd listen to the bees, or, you know, you might speak to someone walking the dog and be like, hey, how you doing, man? Nice day. But now we just pull out our phone because we feel like that's our only friend, and that's dangerous. And also there's bullying groups within the social media side of things that it's people can send messages, and even though you're not being bullied in the playground, you come home and you open a message and it's like an ambush of someone saying something. I wrote a piece. Maybe there's not enough time, but I wrote a teeny piece about.
I got time for it. I ain't heard them knock on the door. They on their way here. When they knock on the door, they just knock on the door.
Okay. Let me just try and find.
They technicians. I'm home today because of them. You know.
Hang on.
And as you looking for that very, very rushed world, even from the start, now it's slowed down and work smarter, not harder. That's what Milan said. It is, Milan. It's ridiculous. Whitney said, so true. Cross. I'm still.
Oh yeah, this is it. It's called Court Online.
Call online.
Court Online.
Oh, Caught Online. Caught.
Yeah.
Online. Okay. And let me see here. Hold on. Let me see. Crossbill said, we and our children have been taught to be automations, factory workers, union workers, slaves. Automations is a relatively self-operating machine. It is. It basically is. All we need is people to go push the button to turn it on. That's all. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Or a machine or a control mechanism designed to automatically follow a predetermined sequence of operations. Yes, it is. Or respond. And I know because I did machining. I used to do machine work. And so respond to determined instructions. And I used to also do blueprints too, Crossbow. I draw blueprints. Nice. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. Hey, Uriel, good morning. Welcome aboard, Uriel. So yeah, give us that. We got time for that.
This is an exclusive as well, because this hasn't been released on my page yet. We haven't done the artwork for it.
Okay.
So
this is exclusive. First time being heard on In My Element with Neila.
Absolutely. This one is called Court Online. We're caught in a labyrinth, the candy store with no age limit. They cater for all as our data falls into the puppeteer's lap, manipulating our every move, planned out our future blueprint map. Humans are now the new lab rats, advertising companies creating rabbit holes to capitalize with ease. There's plenty of fish in the sea. We are the fish now that struggle to break free. Caught online, their line, specially designed by incredible minds, selling our souls and killing our time. Human bait, dopamine snacks. Our minds and wallets have now been hijacked, addicted to that black hole that erodes our soul, stealing away our tension with its innocent blue glow. But let's not forget, behind all those likes and follows, there are some young people that won't see a tomorrow. Lives taken away from families every day, killed by the vulgar popularity game we all play. Bullying that doesn't stop in the playground, it follows you back home. A cluster bomb disguised as an innocent post on your phone. Toxic words erode those damaged souls that are left on their own.
Woo! That just gave me chills. I don't know about y'all, but that was a spirit toucher if I ever heard one. Whoa, that was deep. That gave me chills.
Thank you.
We are lab rats, and we are caught online, and the line we're caught on is their line, and it's the ones who are in control, and they're still in control, and it's the ones who made the plans to disrupt the world like it has been disrupted.
Yeah.
This is not by happenstance that we're going through all this mess. This has been it has been pre-planned and all of that.
Yeah, preordained. Yeah, it's like
pre-planned, you name it.
there was a documentary called it was either Social Media Trap or something. It was a really powerful documentary. If you get to check it out on Netflix, The Social Dilemma or something. And this blew my mind, right? There's only two people that are called users, right? Addicts and people on computers or online, which was so powerful when they said we are users on a social media circuit. We're called users. So it just shows that the idea that we have become addicted to, you know, the little kind of snack that they put in front of us. That's how we get dopamine now. And that's also why it's messed up with people's like happiness and serotonin and things like that, because you won't be outside or having interactions with friends or completing, like, I don't know, say someone tells you to climb a tree and you do it and you're like, yes, I climbed a tree. I succeeded in something physical and I achieved it. It's the idea that you put out something and somebody likes it or follows it or comments on it. And then the problem is, over time, we feel like if some of our best pieces or most important things in our life or happiest photos of our lives don't get likes by strangers, that it dilutes those moments from our lives. But it doesn't. It doesn't change anything. Everything you had in that moment is still yours and it's still beautiful. Just because a complete stranger didn't like it doesn't mean that it loses its value. And I think that is what's scary in today's world, that we value our own valuable moments in life validated by strangers in a sea of social media.
Mm-mm. You know what it's like? It's like we're little tadpoles in a world of sharks.
Oh my God, that was so spooky that you said tadpoles. I was just about to say tadpoles. That's crazy. But technically we are. When we're born, we are a sperm. We are the tadpole that goes to the egg, you know?
Exactly.
So yeah, like that amphibian kind of element of but yeah, you're right. And there are a lot of sharks out there, and people I tell you something that was really powerful though. Like a poet on Instagram was saying about trolls, right? People that put like hate and stuff in groups, and trolls, and they're in dark rooms and they're just constantly putting out pain because they are in pain themselves. And it's the idea that unless we can help them with their pain, they are constantly going to be projecting pain onto others. And this is a slight problem with the world. When we see someone as a villain, we villainize them rather than seeing the potential they have, which is the thing with God. God forgives all people, right? No matter how many times you do something wrong or you denounce God or you've done something horrendous, he will always accept you back into his home. And the thing is, in life, we need to accept terrible people back into our worlds. Otherwise, they stay in the darkness and they continue to spread it throughout because they have not been forgiven for the things that they've done.
Woo! If that wasn't a spine tingler, I'd like to know what was. You couldn't have said it. Oh, that was so well, beautifully. Oh, that was so. That was so well. So, woo! I got the chills, the shivers, the shakes, and all, because I pray for our young here in Chicago, and I'm in the city. We have had young men running around here shooting people like they lost their mind. It's a shooting every day, sometimes a few more every day.
Yeah.
And Whitney said, that's exactly why I do not consume them. That is right. He is speaking the truth. And hold on, I got some stuff here. Dis-ease is actually a good thing. It is our body's way of letting us know that there is an issue we have not addressed. It is in dis-ease so that we can contemplate what is out of line. That's it. Yes, straight from the ground. Oh wait, I'm behind now. Oh, yes, we need to hold space for everyone's story. To say, oh wait, let me tell you, our children, first of all, are the first ones that's being affected by all this crazy stuff.
Yeah,
adults are being affected too. But the children are being affected in a way because they're in that forming stage. They're forming a concept. They're forming what they think life is. They're still in the forming stages. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of this stuff has taken them just right off kilter. I am grateful for having no cell phones in my era and being able to play. Our children right now don't even know how to communicate. It's through text messages. It's OMG, RTF, WTF,
LOL.
LOL. And how the hell do you go in front of people? You go to school, you want to get a degree, and you got a degree in, say, performance or acting. And if you're not one of those people who has been outspoken or one of those type of people that like to get into the groove of parties and just be one of the people in the party, one of the party people, right? Or just be one of the people in the group that's always vocal and all that. Then when you decide you want to go into acting and you've never been that because you've been so much in tune to this, then you're stuck trying to learn lines, and then you come in and you don't even realize you're speaking in text language in your regular communication.
Yeah.
And then you people looking at you like you the world's biggest dummy, but you really aren't the world's biggest dummy. And one of the things I was going to hit on before I went there was to talk about in my prayer. I always pray for these young men here. I ask God to bind the spirits of evil and hate off of their hearts and their minds because they don't know no better.
Yeah,
they do know better, but they don't know better because they have nothing they have nothing not to offer, but they have no one offering them a better way or a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Like you just said, we need to open back up, bring them into our house instead of leaving them out there in their own dark house. Yeah. Because as they keep that darkness, they're spewing that darkness out and they're spreading it. And it's bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it turns into a catastrophic state.
Yeah. And we just shut the door on it. We just shut the door on it and be like, kids will be kids. But it's like, no, it's down to us. And it's also, I mean, look, not to blame parents, but something that was, I think some amazing psychoanalyst or some psychologist said about children, when they're loved and they feel important, they make better decisions with their lives. And sadly, and it seems like this with a lot of the children in the world that are stabbing and shooting each other, they don't feel like they're enough. And that's what breaks my heart. Yeah. Like, because they haven't had that hug or that conversation with their parent, or because it's babies having babies, essentially, because they're too young, those children are going out and they're meeting other lost souls. And those other lost souls are becoming brothers and sisters, and they're leading each other into the darkness because they don't know any better, like you said. And it's down to us that have that understanding to go, wait, where can we step in to help them see a better future? Because if all they can see is murder and stabbing, and they can't see anything else. And it's also like respect, you know, the idea of respect is a perfect example. They're looking for respect because their parents lack their respect. If they're killing each other for respect, that gives us everything we need to know. If they don't feel respected in their own home, that's why they're trying to kill each other and go, yeah, I took him out because I'm the top dog now, because now people will respect me because I'm the leader. And it's like, well, that's because you lack leadership from your own home. Yeah, that's why you're all lost trying to take each other out and be the king of some crazy crown that doesn't exist in a crumbling town. You know, I wrote a piece about that as well called.
Just put up her hands and said, "Speak it, baby."
There's a piece.
Speak it.
There's a piece.
Hey, Moses, good morning. Crossbull said, and I'm gonna have to close. Crossbull said, sure. Revelation to Elijah. Then he said, "Go out and stand on the mountain before a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice." And Moses said, great topic. He loves it. And this is what they are most afraid of, is the nuclear families, the parents, extended families, faith, morals, values, virtues, trust, and faith. They are fearful of us growing stronger and united. Once we wake up, there are more and more people becoming more and more conscious about what's really going on in the world. I have to say the most that I've noticed of consciousness is among white people. And the reason is because for so many years, they said, oh my God, can't you guys just get over it? I'm like, how the hell do you get over knowing that all your life and your family's life and your generations and ancestors' life, we've been oppressed and suppressed? How the hell do you get over that? I mean, come on, don't even tell me to get over something that you've never even had an experience in. You know, because your privilege is not my privilege. Absolutely. I can't walk down the street like that soldier who put his hands on that young black boy. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it was on the news just the other day, just yesterday. This soldier went up to this young black boy because he's walking in the neighborhood. He tells him, you get the fuck out. He's pushing the man in it. Get the fuck out of my neighborhood. You have no place here. And they're going to say, the young boy said, I live here. Where you live? I live here. Oh, he don't have to tell that man where the hell he lives. That is his business. He don't owe that man nothing. They just, guess what though? They just arrested him.
Nice.
We need to start putting a nail in the coffin on all this bull, all this racism.
Absolutely.
See, if we start giving them the time that they're supposed to get in prison for the acts that they committed, then they won't be committed. Will they still harbor that hate inside their heart? Probably so. But will they be oppressed? Probably so. So will the shoe be on the other foot? Probably so.
That's great. It's crazy because
wait, but here's the problem. The cycle starts all over again. Because the insanity and all the stuff that's going on, the craziness, is going to start with them now. It's going to be on them. Because now they're the ones that's oppressed. Yeah. And you want to know why we act out in animalistic ways? Because of the oppression. Yeah. You don't oppress people. You allow people to be who they are. Not to say that you allow them to be damn fools and run around shooting people. No. But you open up to find out exactly where you can help them to turn that around. And instead of taking a gun to somebody, take a paintbrush to a wall or to an easel, or a pen to paper and create poetry, or draw cartoons, or wherever their artistry lies. But it's all in the artistry of the person. It must be an artist, an art to the person, not the person having an artistry. That's beautiful. It must be an art to the person.
Well, yeah. Well, just to touch on that, what you're saying, I believe everyone is an artist. Yeah. Every single soul that lands on this planet is an artist. Yeah. But because of the fear of making money and trying to have a living and a good future, people are so scared to express themselves in an art form, to turn it into something beyond just a hobby, or a habit. And it's the thing that children aren't given that opportunity, or art is seen as you're very weak and wet, and artist gets I think for me as well, it's the idea of vulnerable, right? Vulnerable men. I wrote something about this, about Heavy of the Young, and it's the idea of toxic masculinity. And I fly the flag for that, in the sense that men, if you saw a woman crying on a train or a bus stop, somebody was going to go over to that woman and hopefully say something, hand her a napkin and say, it's going to be okay. Like, do you need me to call someone? Do you want to speak? I can listen. I can be here for you. If a man cries in a bus stop or a train, people change carriages because they think that guy is losing his mind, or he's going to do something insane, or they don't realize that it's like men have not been allowed to express their feelings from a young age. The idea of man up, if you cut yourself as a kid and you just have to, just wipe off the mud and just keep running, And I think the problem is, if tears come from us, they're there for a reason, and we need to have that moment to be able to allow ourselves to express feelings. And the problem is, because they've been shut off, that turns into anger, that turns into murder, that turns into rape, because they don't understand these feelings and they don't know how else to express them. Yep. And that's why people get lost in the darkness. because they haven't had the ability to be able to express themselves in the way that they need to. And I used to say, I maybe men should have a crying shed in their garden, right?
Mhm.
Then one of my friends went, no, they don't need a shed. They should be able to cry wherever they need to.
Wherever they need to cry,
wow.
wherever that moment takes place.
Wow.
Right.
And I was like, and why is it that society makes us seem weird for doing something that is innately human? To cry is one of the most beautiful things. The reason we watch art, the reason we read books, the reason we listen to music is because it moves us. It makes us cry. So why on earth is society making this weird gap of going, oh, crying is weakness and vulnerable, and oh, you don't want to be vulnerable and you're too weak and you're too wet and you're too this, you're too that. It's like, well, hang on a minute. These are human instincts that we're just reacting off. Don't block them, because what happens if there's a backlog in something we can't explain? It turns into something unexplainable.
Ooh. See,
And that's
you're right. You definitely right. Man, you couldn't have said it better. Woo, I'm telling you, a backlog. This is, oh my God. You know, because everything recreates itself.
Yeah.
You know, seeds regrow. Like, I got a friend who's a botanist, horticulturist, Randall Ray. He's on my show quite a bit. Was telling us about back to basics. One of my shows is about back to basics, getting back to the things of growing our own foods. And then you just never know when they're going to tell you they have no more food for you.
Absolutely.
So everybody needs to start learning how to grow nothing but one tomato plant, one head of lettuce, batch of greens or something. Because you got to
even swap with each other.
Yeah.
Then it'd be like, oh, I've got potatoes, you got onions. Why don't we just swap and create a community? But they don't want that, Neila. They don't want that. They want us to be too dependent upon our governments, our supermarkets, our everything, our this. Many, many generations ago, our grandparents were living off the land. They knew what they were doing. They started taking the land away from us.
Yeah.
One of my friends said, everything you need to survive on this planet is here for you.
Yep.
But people have figured that out now, and now they've put boundaries around it and they put price on it, and you're like, what?
Yeah, they're right. They're right.
What?
Everything you need is on this planet. And now that people have figured it out, they're now starting to either poison it, corrupt the earth the soil that it comes from.
Yeah.
See, we got to think about these planes that fly. Have you ever seen those planes that fly and they leave those white lines in the sky?
Yeah.
That's
That's chemtrails.
Those chemtrails don't go up; they come down.
Yeah.
And you don't know how long it takes for that stuff to come out and how thick it is going to lay on whatever it is. So we got chemicals on our trees, on our garages, on our homes, on our grass. We got chemicals on everything. Yeah. And the problem is that you got to protect your soil so that what you know you growing is going to be wholesome and healthy enough for you.
Absolutely.
And as soon as they know that you got it on the inside, on the ends of that, they're going to flip the script again.
Yeah, they're going to charge you. There'll be garden tax.
Yeah, they're going to rewrite the whole program all over again. Same program, different writer.
Yeah.
you know how in school the books changed all the time. You're like, this ain't the same thing I just had. No, it's a new edition. The new edition has a couple of more words in it.
Yeah, and a different cover.
At the top, seven word change.
Yeah.
No change, but a significant price and difference. Price.
The first one was 10. This one's now 20. You're like, what?
Yeah. And like Lisa said, Crossbow said, no such thing as lack or competition. And on the crops, Milan, definitely. And Whitney said, yes, we must share. This is exactly how my parents raised me. Thank God, me too. And Milan said, yes, evilness. And Crossbow said, to express ourselves in art, we need to receive divine inspiration, which requires being in the flow. As an artist myself, there is divine link between God, source, and ourselves. The commuter has been imposed to block. The computer, she missed the P. The computer has been imposed to block because the computer is blocking the divine connection between ourselves, our source, and our major source is God. Mm-hmm. And God has made it whereas there is everything on this planet is there for our nourishment, our feeding, and our fuel.
Yep.
There is nothing here. Now they're selling water. You know, China is they're sending water to China by barges from our Lake Michigan. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah. I found that out. Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. And I mean, yeah. So, and then they're going to Mars to look for better life, to see if there's water up there. Because if it's water up there, wherever water is, there's life.
Mm.
And so if it's water up there, then they want to move there. Only the elite, they don't want to take us.
Yeah, of course.
But I made a statement the other day, who's going to wipe their ass when they're up there? I mean, literally.
That is genius.
Literally. You already know they're not getting ready to do too much of the work that they normally was doing. I mean, you know, they never did any work when they were here. People have screwed up this world and this environment so bad. Now you want to go to Mars, to one of the planetary planets, and screw that up.
Mm.
If you can't,
but then it's like maybe if all those people did go, then the rest of us here can figure out solidarity, fix this place. They're all stuck in in an airlock up there, like bye,
Bye.
And then, well, it was what was it? The thing that always annoyed me, right, was they're spending billions of dollars and money on trying to leave the planet, go in a rocket to another planet to take pictures or whatever it is, or specimens. And those billions of pounds put in the right places could change lives here on the actual planet we live on. And that is one of the biggest frustrating, annoying things about the human race, that they feel the need to evolve so much that we are exploring beyond ourselves. But it's like, yeah, but that just seems like an excuse for not dealing with problems on this planet.
Right. Is that your cat?
That's my cat. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
I was going to say, I was like, is
that cat?
I thought it was a cat on my windowsill. Because they like to hop up on my window for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, my God. Oh, look, it's Monkum Boodles. Hey, kitty witty. Hey. You're like, oh, no, please. I don't want technology right now.
Even dogs and cats, they keep trying to knock phones out of our hands.
Yeah.
Because they know.
They know.
They know they're the leashes. We're being led.
Yeah. Watch an animal. Animals are brilliant guides.
Yeah.
God didn't put them down here for nothing.
Exactly right. They're the best teachers. They are the best teachers.
Best teachers. Just watch an animal. And I don't even have a pet, but watch an animal. I mean, I had a dog back in my day, but watch an animal and just watch the reactions and all. They can let you know not only if somebody's coming up, but of a disaster that's about to happen.
Yeah.
You find that they do not act the same.
Yeah.
You can see some sporadicness in them or anxiety because they know something's about to happen.
That's because their intuition,
their
intuition hasn't been messed with though.
No.
Because there was a saying where we used to say it doesn't feel right. But now people say it doesn't sound right. It doesn't look right. We no longer say the sentence feel.
Right.
Because we've forgotten we've literally forgotten the intuitive nature of a human, basic instinct, the reptilian brain of going, there's trouble. But you're like, what? Hey, look, they've got 200 followers, man. Like, no, there's trouble. And it's like, we've lost the connection.
This is phenomenal. I'm just loving this. We can
Thank you so much. We went so deep. I'm sorry that we went on so long. Like, I know
we can sit here for hours as far as I'm concerned. It's just that I know I got these service people coming to my house. Yeah. And Whitney Jones says, oh no, wait, I got to go down to these other comments now because right, like be gone. Like for decades, Neila. Yeah, I already know our natural born, God-given right, joy and abundance. Definitely, so permaculture, philosophy, earth care, people care, fair share. Yes. Earth care, first care, because without the earth care, people aren't going to even be here. Because it's going to eat us up. It's going to be like a sinkhole. It's going to open up and gobble us in because we're not taking care of what's taking care of us. We're not boomeranging. It's not like a reciprocal. It's not reciprocated. You know, the earth is taking care of us. Our growth. Let me tell you why I say that. We get if you eat vegetables and fruits and whatever else you eat, the earth is taking care of you.
Supplying it.
Why not take care of the earth?
Yeah. Figure of 8.
We've done a job of taking care of our earth. We've done a job of, I ain't saying I'm great. The word I'm saying, I don't think y'all want to hear, but we've done a job of taking care of our earth. And that's why the pandemic came about. Because
I agree.
God had to shut everything down, the waterways, the airways, everything, so he can reverse the problems that were being brought about through the waters, as well as the air, all the pollution in the air. The waters were loaded, boats, ship, everything, ships, barges, everything, poison being dumped, shut it down, can't nobody move.
I would say Mother Nature.
Right.
Mother Nature kicked us out of her garden because she needed to fix a few things.
Yeah,
like,
she had to go prune the garden. She's like, no, get, like your mama tell you.
What have you done to my garden? Like, what have you guys done to my garden?
Exactly. Like, that's just like walking in the kitchen when your mama cooking a big Sunday dinner or something like that, and you go to flip the pot top. Get out of the kitchen. Right. Get you out the kitchen. Don't come in the kitchen. Right. Because you come in there to screw up something. Now you get ready to throw the equilibrium off. You get ready to throw the balance off. Yeah,
and all the hard work that Mum's put into the cooking and the flavors and everything, and you go put your foot, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. And so, definitely. Oh, this has been great. Oh my God. Let's see. Oh, yes. Very true, Crossbow. True, Whitney said. True, right? And yes, no one can feel anymore, numbing themselves out with pharma drugs, desensitizing, making us users addicted to technology. Watching too much porn or chasing the dragon with illegal drugs. Oh, it's what a mess. What a mess we've made of our world.
And it's escape. It's escape because the irony is, like you're saying about the knock-on effect, we created a world that's so damaged because we're not giving time to be there for one another and listen, that we're now escaping the world we've created through VR, through technology. And it's like, wait a minute, we don't want to go out into the world that we created. Then we need to change the world we created rather than just pretend, put a plaster over our eyes or pretend we're wearing sunglasses that have a beautiful day on the lens. And you're like, everything's so lovely. No, take off the glasses, man. And like, let's make the change here and not just cover it up with some,
Right. Yeah. Right. Now we're trying to live in a virtual reality.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
That's what we're living in, virtual reality.
Yeah, because we damaged the world that was so beautiful, once so beautiful, and now we're like, well, we'll just digitalize it and make it like everything's amazing in here.
Right. Beautiful to look at through a screen.
Exactly.
Right. Like, wow, this is gorgeous. It can be gorgeous in real life if you just adopt that.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Everybody, I have got to get out of here. God bless everybody. But before we close, I got to say this, Drew, I love you having you on. I definitely would love to bring you back.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to definitely stay in touch. I just want to let you know, do look for an email to come from either Samuel Kubich or Bobby Norman Kubich, or it might come from like Blog Talk Radio, their email from that. I don't know how it's going to come, but look for email to come from them. I'm going to give them your email. You said that I can give it.
Thank you very much.
They're the podcast. They're a global podcast. They just been inducted into the Podcasters Hall of Fame. They have Blog Talk Radio, CCISB Global, and that's global. They have Pandemic Press Publishing. They've just been embarking on a lot of great things. They are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So you will be hearing from them. Whitney, thank you so much. She said, grateful for this amazing, informative, heart-moving show today. Thank you, Whitney, for coming on board. I miss you, girl. But I'm watching you on Instagram. You doing your thing, and you look gorgeous. She looks phenomenal. I follow her with her workouts on Instagram. But
nice.
Her cover shoot and photo shoot for her album coming out, she looks phenomenal. Beautiful.
Nice.
Her name is Whitney G. Jones. Everybody go to Instagram and look her up on Instagram, Whitney G. Jones. She will be on the show once her album releases. I'm so into Teresa Griffin because she just cut a single, but Whitney Jones is cutting an album. So when the day of her album release, I really want her on the show so that we can push that out. For we can push that out too. I just got a little fly in here somewhere. He just came in somewhere. But anyway, everybody, as you guys know, before I close, what do I normally say? Reach back and give back. Somebody out there needs your smile. Somebody needs some kind words. Somebody might need a prayer. Somebody might need a sandwich, lunch, a bottle of water, bag of chips, an apple, banana, orange, something. They might need a few dollars. They might need a drink, or they might need drugs. Don't worry about what they do with the money. If you give it to them, it's on your heart to give it, give it. Allow God to do his work through them. And that's how I look at it. You cannot change a person if they're not ready to be changed. But I will say this. Remember this, everybody. God loves you. You need to learn to love yourself so that you can love others. And don't forget what we do on the end. We say, peace, love, soul, and hair grease. And if your scalp is itching, go wash it and put some grease in it. Peace to you, Drew. Love you so much, brother. I love you. Definitely.
Thank you so much for having me.
And blessings to you, the business and everything. And if I see a means where I might need that type of work, I will be reaching out to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, everybody, God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day. All right. They said thank you, Drew.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You looking how to get out?
Yeah. I got a Lead Studio.
Lead Studio down there where it says invite camera. It should say Lead Studio.
Perfect. Bye.
All right, everybody. God bless you guys. Everybody go in peace today. Make somebody's day today. Make your day today because you matter. Definitely. And make your day so that you can make somebody else's. So if it takes you to take a couple of deep breaths to center yourself, do it. As a matter of fact, let's take a deep breath right now before we close. Shall we? Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale again. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Peace. I love you guys. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow we got a great guest appearance tomorrow coming all the way from Dubai. You guys need to be here. I'll see you there. Either be here, be there, or be square. In My Element with Neila. See you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. YouTube, Facebook. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm glad, Lisa. Thank you.